All right, welcome back. Welcome back. This is another episode of the Flight Room. This is episode 8. It is Thursday, June 4th. We are pretty much 1 week removed from the George Floyd incident. A lot's happened in the past week. 2020 has been a motherfucker. But I'm gonna go around the room and introduce everybody. If you're new to us, to my left, or I don't know how it is, we have Hey Al. Underneath, we got Lighthouse Marcus. Further down, Simo.
Yep.
P Shack. Then my two guys that missed last week, my man P and HD and
Hey, what's up, y'all?
B Morg. So I think first and foremost, I want to hear from you guys, P and B. I want to hear your first reaction because we missed y'all last week. This like all the craziness going on.
Man, with the death of George Floyd, man, honestly, I was just anytime I see a black blatant lynching, I'm disgusted. But that one just hit home, dog. Like I feel like first of all the mothers broke down when he was calling out for the mom. Like I just felt like that was so satanic. Just even watching that. Like even the people that were the other cops that were holding on to him, participating, I just felt like that was so disgusting. It was gut wrenching. In that same token, I feel like that incident, although it's been many before, that is an incident that has sparked the world for like some serious change, long overdue change. It's built the momentum up right now to where, like I was saying, white people are trying to or attempting to use their privilege towards, better. And that's not just white people, all cultures. But like I say, it shouldn't even have to take that in the year 2020 for anything to happen. But I'm actually staying positive about the situation, and I hope everything just keeps being progressive. But I was sad and disappointed about that, yo. That was gut wrenching.
I don't know, man. Like I have like so many different mixed emotions, if that makes any sense. Like so much to the point where it's like hard to really put it in words because I have one side of me that you know what I'm saying, it's like remorseful. You feel like you know what I'm saying, you feel like you feel helpless, like damn, like this, why the fuck does this shit type of shit actually still happen? But then the other half of me is like, this is like a step in the, like you hate to have to have someone's death catapult us as a society in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Right.
shit like that has to happen, but that is the reality that we're living in right now. And then I have another part of me where like I'm not a person that, I don't know, like I stay real medium. I float in between. I never get too high, I never get too low. And like a lot of things like protest or what have you, that's like I 100% support that. But me personally doing that, I can't see myself doing that just for the simple fact that I don't know. I like to watch things from afar, which I'm entitled to, and like I said, I support any black movement, any sort of steps in the right direction. I support, but when I feel as though like it starts to come into my energy where it's like a lot of negativeness that's associated with it. It's just hard for me. It's just hard for me to I don't know. Like I said, I can't really put this shit in words. I'm trying right now, but it's really really I guess they call it like the chaos is crazy right now, and like my brain, I don't know. It's crazy. It's just
I mean, even speaking to that though, the protest portion of that, because I've been out there a few times, man, and like I had that same like kind of dynamic. I'm like, I don't want to just protest. I don't want it to be the same, outcome because I protest before and like voiced my opinion before. But dog, it was just different. This time it's just different. You can feel the difference. You can see the difference. You know what I'm saying? It's like even the amount of people, the awareness, even down to the children, down to the babies, man. Like that's probably the most shocking part to me too. The babies understand what's going on now, and they ain't for this shit. So like that's why it's like the future is bright. You know what I mean? With like as far as like things changing and all that, I feel like it's gonna be progressive. But I do understand what you're saying, man. It's just like it's almost like the same old song. Um, and I totally understand that you like you're entitled to watch from afar and everything. But like when I was in it, it did give me chills. I'm not gonna lie, it was a different feeling this time around. You know what I'm saying? Seeing all that, and even after I did go, because I went like when everything first started. But like these people have been doing this for a week now, like a week straight. I don't think it's gonna
2 weeks.
stop. Organizing more, like actually trying to come up with solutions, coming up with like committees, in every city I've seen. So it's like I feel that push towards something different. Like it's not like it's been in the past. Like that's how I genuinely feel that.
So at the root of it, what is you think like? What do y'all think is the problem? Is it a race issue, or is it like it's a policing issue, or is it a combination of both?
I think it's a combination of both because I feel like police, whether you're black, white, whatever, like you're at the position of like you damn near have power, and they abuse that. Like that's how I feel sometimes. They just been abusing that power that they have because the law's supposed to protect us, but like after that, like who's gonna
Who's policing the police?
basically yeah exactly who's gonna reprimand them. So I agree with that. That's the only problem I've always had that feeling. But I feel like it's more of a power issue, and yeah, it's racism within that as well, because you see it, man. They use that to their advantage. That's systematic. I don't think it's ever changed from back in slave times when they was on horses in the fields, whipping people and doing this and the third. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's changed. It's just systematically. It's just been inclined, and we're just in the modern times now. Like I said, that was a lynching, man. Everybody was watching that shit. That motherfucker didn't stop. He wasn't even thinking about stopping. You can see it. Like I never see. Like I've seen. I feel like that was probably the most evil shit I've seen.
right there.
Yeah.
You ain't never seen nobody kill nobody with their hands in their pockets.
Dog, and it's like on YouTube. That's what I'm saying. Like kids have seen this. Kids are digesting this as well. Like you know what I mean? Like that's shocking. My little sister had to see that. And like I don't know. It made me feel because us as black men, we've seen crazy shit. We've experienced that. Like for her to be like a young lady and all that, it just I don't know. It just made me feel. I can't even express the feeling. Like very
That's what I'm saying.
sad and helpless, like you said.
Like I don't know, like me, like even like you just said, like I said, as far as me and being like kind of distant just a little bit, just because like I feel like I can't focus with that type of like seeing shit like that. Just it fucks with me, and I
Real
know
talk.
it like that. I just feel like I can't even think straight with that type of energy around me. You know what I'm saying? And me like willingly putting myself in the position to be constantly thinking about that or constantly around that. It's just I don't know. I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice just for the simple fact that that's not who I am. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm entitled to that, but at the same time, I don't want to also come off and make it be like, oh, because they say, oh, well, you either you're with us or you're against us. That's not true. Just because I don't protest or just because I don't do some of the things that you may do to express your feelings or the way that you feel, I'm entitled to express it and go about it that way. But like I said, I still 100% support it. I just, you know what I'm saying? Like, me personally would not
Yeah.
involve in it.
That was me too, man. Like I said, that was just low frequency shit. I felt like I was so barbaric. Like I don't put myself in the mix of that shit either. I don't even think like that. So when I saw it, I was just like shocked. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like this is the world today? Because I'll tune out though, just to get in tune with myself. I'll be up mountain, shroom it up, whatever. Like I'm blasting off. So when I saw that, I was just like, what the? But then again, it's like, I don't know. It's like, it's kind of almost like a dream, like seeing things go into motion that are going into motion now. Like I don't feel like I would have seen this though in my lifetime, to be honest.
So Phil, you mentioned how like the younger generation is out there and like, the little kids is seeing this. And so, that just reminds me of, I'm not sure if y'all saw the picture, but the little like 5-year-old, 4-year-old girl on her father's shoulders.
Yeah.
And the dude pointing the rubber.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Towards her and like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? As a child, like stuff like that, you never forget. You know what I mean? And I was watching ESPN. I actually caught like a glimpse of it because I was trying to stay off of it because the Drew Brees thing pissed me off. But it was an NFL player. I forgot who it was, but it was a former NFL player, and he said he had 3 kids. He said that when his kid turned 7, he had to tell him that he's not looked at the same as other people his age that are different color. And he was like, he's like, I'm just letting you know, I'm just preparing you, you got to fight a little harder. You got to do this better. And he said that it hurt him afterwards because he said he went in the room and cried because he felt like a little bit of his son's childhood died that day.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's what the average black family has to go through. You know what I'm saying?
Preach.
It's crazy that we still gotta go through this shit, but it's real. It's real. So, and I feel with Brian. I feel what Brian and Phil are saying, like, because it eats away at you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it drains you. I hate to say that, but it does drain you. It drains you.
Like I remember did any of you guys go to the Million Man March when you were younger?
Yes, sir.
Me and Marcus went to the one, like, what was that, 5 years ago or 6 years ago, whenever they had it in DC. Didn't televise it or nothing, by the way.
Yeah, I just remember like
First one was on my birthday.
That was on your birthday? The
first one, yeah.
Man, because I
skipping school.
I remember going to that as a kid. My dad took me, and I just remember I wasn't quite sure like what to really. I don't think I was fully aware as to what was happening, but I do remember feeling like I was part of something. You know what I'm saying? Something that might have been bigger than what I was. I just wasn't knowledgeable about what was actually happening. I just know that I felt like I was a part of something, and that's what I'm saying. Like now, like there's parts of me that still feel that way, but there's also a part of me that grew up, and it's another part of me that spiritually that I'm comfortable with, and can't nobody sway me from that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm cool with that. But I don't know. It's a really touchy subject. But at the same time, it's actually very, very fucking sad that we have to even have this conversation.
It is, man. It is. And
like, what do you think is like some solutions? Like, are y'all gonna participate in this this blackout Tuesday, I believe?
You talking about the July 7th, the 7/7/20?
Yeah, is that a Tuesday or that's the one that just passed, the blackout?
It's a Tuesday.
I'm not fully aware of all the details. Can you break down some of the details? I haven't really looked into that. I have no idea what.
From what I heard, I think nobody, or people of color or whatever, is not supposed to spend no money. Basically, not supposed to spend no money that day. So,
period.
I mean,
you tell me I can't go to the Peruvian joint. I can't go to the Peruvian joint.
And
you
do
know
nothing.
what? I
You better
think
get
it's all right
your
if you
groceries
support.
ahead of time.
So I don't think it's that.
Because from what I read, they said just patrony, period, like even towards black businesses, because they want to.
Okay.
From what I read, it was like showing how much power we have through not funding. You know what I'm saying, for a full day.
So
I mean,
I'm just gonna read the post because I got it up. So I'm gonna just read the post, and that way we can talk about it even more. So Blackout Day, July 7th, 2020. This is a call to action. We need one day of solidarity in America when not one black person in America spends $1. This includes Africans, Native Americans, Asian Americans, Hispanics, all people of color. Together, we have $3.9 trillion in economic spending power. That's a shitload of money.
Yeah, boy.
It's going to cost per day. Yeah,
that's
per
the war.
Day. Next time a person of color gets shot, we would call it Blackout Day 2020, July 7th, 2020. Please spread the message. Let's show that real action. Let's show real action that they fear.
And I'm all for that. I'm definitely going to support like any movement we could, you know what I mean, as a collective. It's something as simple as that, because we barely going anywhere anyway. I'm not I'm not opposed to that. I've been saving money like it's nothing. This going to be easy, to be honest. I feel like everybody should try to participate. I understand if you do need some essentials or something, just do it at a black-owned place or, you know, culturally owned.
You skip one day, for real.
But yeah, I like that idea because you're right. You said 3.9 or 3 point whatever trillion. We're basically funding everything that they want to do, man. And we're the biggest freaking endorsers. We buy the most stuff. Our women too. Like we're everything, man. We're the whole freaking industry. So I'm definitely gonna be supporting that.
Are we supposed to go to work too that day?
We're supposed to call out.
I bet you your job would understand.
Punching in, making the white man's money.
I'm saying you might not be spending no money, but you for damn sure you
making them some money. Yeah. I understand that, but
I don't like the date though. I don't like the date.
Hey. So after July 7th, then we're gonna go right back to spending money in the other places.
The only thing is, I think if they're gonna do it, I think they should it not necessarily be like. Yes, I agree with you. What you're saying, Marcus, about like going in back and spending the money
right back into it. Yeah.
Like at some point in time, I think it should be like a set day or something like that. Whereas though, even if it's just like one time a month or something like that. Whereas though, the second or first Tuesday of every month, where black people literally just be like, all right,
all right. So what if this right? What if they do this? So what if we take off one day a month and then they raise the price on all our essentials to make up for that one day loss?
And that's what they're going to try to do.
So that's what I was going to say. I was
own all the shit that we need. So at the end of the day, all they can do is raise all they can just get their money back either way, and they can trick us into giving our money back. It don't fucking matter. Like at the end of the day, I'm just saying. Like, you don't think so?
I mean,
I'm just saying for one day. You know, I'm just saying. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, I'm not the one to like protest. I'm not the one to post shit. I'm not the one to do like any of this shit that I see, because sometimes like I don't know, it just don't look. Like there's no like light at the end of the tunnel for me. But with this, if I can do something that I can see like actual numbers that like how I'm affecting something, I'm okay with it. Like if I can see like direct numbers of how I'm affecting a certain situation, I'll give it a try.
And honestly, I feel like that's what it is. It's kind of like, you know, they threw out that we have this idea, we're going to follow through and then see the results after that. After that, we can probably build something better, or like, because it's going to stick. It's going to sting. If we really come through and like don't spend any bread, somebody going to spend bread, but we don't spend any bread.
Motherfuckers really going to come through. Because motherfuckers be outside anyway. Motherfuckers be in the barbershop, shit like that.
Oh, Corona's dead. Ain't nobody even worried about that no more. I don't even think people think about that. That was like a hoax.
That's what I'm saying. People stopped thinking about it because of George Floyd. But before this shit, niggas was all thinking. That's what I'm saying. It's like, so COVID just was like, hold on, let me get out the way because George Floyd coming and shit. Like,
right. And that's kind of my dilemma too. When we're able to freely go where we want and everything in public, stuff opens back up. Will this be as big as an issue? That's why I'm in the mode with taking advantage of it now. Like, because I feel like all the distractions and stuff that we normally have on a daily, they're going to come back soon. But right now, the focus is right here. Like, everybody can focus on this. Nobody has the luxuries that we had, 3 months ago? So that's what I'm saying. Time is now, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it can't be a negative impact. So I'm for it. I'm gonna participate. But I do think it should go further afterwards. I think this is something that, you know, we want to come together as a whole, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't even remember the last time we all decided on one thing and actually executed. So I think it's a good thing, but I do think, like Marcus said, it should be like a snowball effect. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we should have like something like that every month. And
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Even when he said that, I was thinking like, man, if we do it on the 7th every month, all the corporations are gonna do is, you know, weight everything before then and after then, just so they can make up for the profits and the estimates that they already have.
They're gonna find a way.
It shouldn't even be something that's mentioned so the public would know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like all of the stuff we do is broadcasted. And that gives me off topic, but I feel like everything we do, our whole culture is broadcasted, man. Nothing is sacred. Like, we broadcast our culture, we broadcast our funerals, we broadcast our birthdays. You know what I'm saying? Like, when's the last time you seen a Catholic or an Italian or, you know, like a get together? Like, or
I don't even know what those look like.
Or funeral.
I'll tell you why. You want to know why? Because we the biggest pawns out this bitch. That's the reason why. We're the tools. We're the tool. Where they use us as tools to socially engineer society, nigga. So the focus got to be on us. It makes all the sense in the world.
That's what I'm saying. And we openly give it to everybody. Like,
we do. That's why we have a confusion where our culture is like mixed with pop culture. It's like we have this, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like certain aspects of mainstream culture is tied into Black culture at the same time. So that's kind of like our culture is being sold to everybody.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? It's like not even really ours no more. You know what I'm saying?
Just like you
it's
said,
not really ours. It's everybody.
Exactly. And I feel like there's more people profiting off of what we do than us. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
And that's true. I mean, even getting on that, how you feel about like brands capitalizing off this time that we're in right now? And I'm gonna use like just an example of like Adidas. Like, they're making masks now, but like I went on their website, masks are like $30 for like a 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, for a mask you make for 10 cents. Yeah. So it's like,
is it a decent mask?
It don't matter. Even like that's like a come up, man. That's like, you know what I mean? They're taking advantage of the situation. That's just like when Cap was kneeling and everything else like that. Nike was so fast to create Kaepernick jerseys and all that stuff. You know what I mean? He wasn't even in the league. Like, the all black, and that one was nasty too. But that's what I mean. Like, they capitalize off all this. So I don't appreciate that either, because it's almost like, yeah, I'm with y'all, but y'all still gotta pay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. Yeah. It don't sit. Matter of fact, you know what's crazy? Like, when New Balance came out with their masks, I hit them up, you know, because I was just trying to get some free masks. Yo, they're like taxing hospitals crazy money to get the masks that they make for, like I said, 80 cents, and y'all want to make people order 500 masks for 10 racks and all this other stuff. Like, it's crazy. I don't know. It don't sit well with me either. I don't even mess with that.
I think it goes like so many different ways. I think the only jump or one authentic little statements that I've seen, and like I hate the fact that everybody's issuing statements. I love the fact at the same time that everybody's issuing statements, but I hate the fact that everybody's issuing statements, and I hope that these statements are like true statements and like there's no behind the shit. But like, so I really fuck with, and I really hate to do this because I fucked up and I didn't get their shoes last week, but the Ben and Jerry statement. Like,
oh my God.
Like the Ben and Jerry statement.
I was going to cop them joints.
Ben and Jerry's had a statement. They put out like a mean statement, just basically talk about like how this was like a result of like 400 years of injustices and like systemic and like all types of different things. And literally on Monday, Ben and Jerry got arrested on the Capitol steps for protesting during this time. So like, I fuck with that like type of ordeal, whereas though you're really action. It's not just like paper. It's literally like we're gonna put some action behind it, and who knows? I mean, like outside looking in, who really knows how genuine it is? But at the same time, like, I mean, like that junk was like really resonated with me, and like as y'all say, like I think big brands are really capitalizing and making making it seem like they're about the action, but they also know, as Marcus was saying, they're about that spending power.
It's the hustle, dog. It's like they pimps. Like a pimp is gonna make money however they can. They're gonna use whatever they can. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's the little bit of light, that little crease, they're gonna get in that crease. That's how it is though right now, just like you said. But speaking to like people making the statements and stuff, it was a couple I do mess with. Like, you know who had a real good one and it like shocked me? Sesame Street had a real good one. I think that's probably like the best one I've seen.
I heard they did. I didn't hear what they said though.
Bro, it was solid. They even got like a town hall on Saturday morning they're gonna have. But you know, when you think about Sesame Street, that's everybody came up on Sesame Street, and it's real because it's like a collective of different cultures, like animals, all that stuff. Like, but they all come together. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that one was like a real good one. But
yeah, so I'm actually going back to the Coca-Cola Pepsi joint, right? So one of them chose, you know, the protesting and racial justice side, right? And the other one chose, you know, hey, it's not really a big deal. We're gonna stay on this side, and we're not supporting anything. We're not issuing you a specific statement. So I'm like, you know,
today. I mean, like recently.
No, this is back when you know, shit, like 20 years ago.
Okay.
When there was a couple marches back then. But my thing is like, all right, so Pepsi took advantage of it, but are we saying that, you know, we ain't gonna support Pepsi because they take advantage of it? And I'm like, I would rather fuck with Pepsi than Coke.
And that's the dynamic, man.
Yeah, but at the same time, so and I forgot the exact quote right now too, but that's the same thing, like the silence portion. So even like when you're silent, like I think when you're silent, you're actually making a statement. And like once again, I mean, like we don't know the true like actions behind like what they're going to the true words behind it. I mean, the true actions behind their words. But at the same time, like you not saying anything and basically like it seemed like nothing is going on, everything is copacetic, and like literally like the world is just running as if nothing happened. That I feel like that might be a problem for me, Jai. Like, you know?
Yeah, but I think sometimes like these companies just be saying shit just to say shit. Like,
yeah,
exactly.
I'm gonna say something. Yeah, like the PR teams of all these companies have been working. That's all. I'm like, they've been working. I will give it that. PR is they getting their money's worth, like for real.
I'm gonna be typing that shit up and then be like backspace.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all it is.
To get it approved because it probably go to 3-4 different reviewers.
Easy.
Okay, yeah, this is black. This is okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody that wish they had a backspace, and it's probably Drew Brees, the way they attack.
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees, he didn't even get to have a backspace because first he messed up on camera. He said his joint on camera. That's where he messed up.
What exactly?
You could tell he took time.
What exactly? I want to know exactly what he said.
I wrote a caption up. So
I want to know what he said because I'm lost on this.
I
heard it and I really wasn't. I had absolutely zero problem with what he said. I wasn't offended on any level. So that's why I want to know. Maybe I heard the wrong.
He said some Bama shit. He said some Bama.
What did he say? I want to know what he said because
he was basically he's basically ignoring the last I don't know how many years since Kaepernick first knelt or whatever, and everybody else was kneeling and shit. He basically ignored the whole argument of they specifically said we're not kneeling because we don't like the military. We're kneeling because of police brutality.
Yeah,
and he comes out here talking about, when I hear the anthem and the flag, I think about my grandfathers and they fought for the war and all. Nigga, they specifically have said it's not about the military. They specifically said that shit.
He just made it a military.
He said in response to Kaepernick, or was he just like? He
was responding to a question. He was responding to a question about the like injustices and everything, and then he was just responding to a question, but like his POV,
they basically
point of
asked
view.
him if he had a problem if anybody would kneel this season, if anybody kneeled again this season.
And he says disrespectful to the flag. He doesn't agree. Like, and that's what he brought into his forefathers. Blah blah blah. They went to war and everything. But that's why I say there was black people with you in that war, man, fighting for rights they never fucking got after that war with your grandfathers. So I don't need like that's what I'm saying. Like it's about a bigger issue than just the military and all that. And he just like a hypocrite. He was kneeling when Cap was doing all that stuff to like putting on a front for his teammates. You know what I'm saying? So that made him look bad as well. And then it was just insensitive. You know what I'm saying? Like
he was kneeling.
He kneeled.
He kneeled a few times.
He kneeled. Yeah.
Are you sure? Because I'm looking.
Yes.
They got pictures of it.
Remember that time they had all the NFL players kneel. Remember that little thing they did where everybody went
when they were like locking arms and all that.
Was it for the anthem?
They locked arms.
Yeah.
That shit.
I put a post in the group chat, Randall. I put a post in the group chat with him kneeling.
My whole thing with that is I don't really care if Drew Brees is in solidarity with any black movement because he's not a black man. So I don't need him to speak for me or be on my side. That shit don't mean like he's not black. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not giving birth to black children who's going to be a part of the black community. I don't give a fuck. If anybody going to be involved, if we care about what anybody feel, it needs to be only black people because this is a black issue. I mean, tell me if I'm missing something.
I hear that. I feel that.
No,
I understand it being a black issue.
But I feel like somebody shouldn't speak on that if they ain't black. Like, why are you speaking on that?
No,
and that's not even the topic at hand. Like,
I mean, but he just gave his opinion on. But what I'm saying is, someone asked him a question and he gave an answer on how he felt about the situation. That's his opinion. He's white. Has nothing to do with me.
No, but
Aaron Rodgers gave a whole different.
When you're equating kneeling and the flag to police brutality, that's a total different topic, and that's like a total different discussion. I understand he said that same exact shit in 2016, exactly when Kaepernick started. He said he felt it was disrespectful for anybody to kneel, but at the same time, like that's not the issue. Like if people are kneeling.
That's your right, bro.
In regards to police brutality, if you're talking about people kneeling for the flag and anything like that, those are two total different scenarios. Like
exactly.
It happened at the same time, but at the same, I mean, like it happens when people kneel. They kneel during the national anthem, but you can't equate. I don't think you can equate like kneeling and disrespecting the American flag with police brutality, and even those are the first words that come out of your mouth. Then you those are the first words that come out of your mouth, like during this time period right now, when we're at a point of talking about racial justice and injustice and how equality matters and everything of that sort. And those are the first things that come out of your mouth. Then you double down and say the shit again, and then the very next morning, after you get all the backlash, after you get all the response. Teammates, that's when you put out the written apology. Then you put up an Instagram, a black hand and a white hand shaking hands and making.
That was nonsense.
That's the fucking problem. Like you pretend.
Yeah, that's that PR shit. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, he had to cover. He had to cover that.
All right. So
he's trying to be a Hall of Famer one day.
Whatever he's doing. What's the difference between him and Coca-Cola and all these other companies putting out statements? Everybody just trying to protect themselves because right now they know it's a very sensitive time. So if you go to anything that's not in alignment with the movement, then you could possibly lose money. So Drew Brees apologizing. But what I'm saying, if we're saying that it's fake and it's phony because Drew Brees is apologizing because he made a statement, we always like to say these racist, rich billionaire elite white men, these are the same people who own these Coca-Colas and all these big business companies that's coming out here and putting out these statements. So I mean, that's why I'm sitting there trying to understand, like, what makes them any different? That's why I'm saying everybody right now is a sense of where you almost feel like you don't have no choice but to go along, or you're gonna be attacked. Or either financially or socially. I'm not saying nothing.
He's in the position.
I'm just literally saying like that people out here, companies is like, oh shit, there's a lot of movement in this direction. Let me make sure that I'm not on the wrong side of it.
Yeah, I don't think we can stop that though. I don't think we can stop that. That's a PR stunt. That's up to them. You know what I'm saying? We can't determine if they real.
It's money. It's money.
But then we're gonna still go out and spend money with Coca-Cola and Pepsi and all these people putting out fake ass statements.
Maybe. We'll see. I don't
think you can determine who's real or not. I mean,
right. So that's what I'm saying. So what's the point of putting all this emotion and what's it called, a negative, you know what I'm saying, expression towards one entity, but then they doing the same shit. They doing the same shit. I don't understand. I'm not saying nothing. Niggas looking confused. I ain't saying nothing deep.
I hear what you're saying. What I'm saying is, look, coming from him, it's just disappointing because first of all, your position on the football field is quarterbacking. You leading. So this is actually an opportunity to help with the change, especially with who he is as an athlete. Who he is. I don't want to say he's a leader or anything like that, but he's celebrity.
He's a leader.
He has a following.
He don't owe me shit though. That's what I'm saying.
He don't owe me. I'm not saying he owes me anything.
Owe me nothing. They don't owe nobody shit.
I was
they don't
never
owe
saying
nobody
that.
Shit.
But the tone that we in right now is to lead, man. It's not to give static, and you know what I mean. Like I didn't expect him to do all that, but like I said, like it'd be refreshing to lead in that situation. You play with black athletes. You know what I mean? You in New Orleans,
whole offense black,
heavily populated black city. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they support you. So where's the support during these times? That's where I was coming from.
Support the team. They support the team. They're gonna still go to those New Orleans.
His team ain't gonna support him. He ain't gonna have no team. He ain't about to have no team.
Exactly.
So you support him after that, Marcus? You support him after he said that?
I don't give a fuck. I wasn't a fan of Drew Brees. I respect him as a football player, as what he does.
Nah, they saying if you was
nigga has a talent, and I respect his talent. It doesn't go further than that.
If you was his teammate, you wouldn't say nothing to him. You would still play alongside him.
If he my teammate, our job is to play to win the game. So as long as that nigga can play to win the game, that all that other personal shit don't have nothing to do with our objective. Like this motherfucker. What I'm saying is right. What I'm saying is even in the military, there's motherfuckers who come from racist towns, racist motherfucking areas, and they still have to get the job done, whether they like the person that they next to or not.
Right.
Like even if Like, put this what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Like, Drew Brees might say what he said, and I put it like this: like, there's fucking niggas on teams right now that don't like each other, but they still got to do that shit. What does this make it any fucking difference? You don't like one aspect of them as a man. Okay, you don't like that. Y'all still gotta go play football and win games. Like it's niggas on football. I guarantee you, inside that same locker room, y'all are a group of niggas who don't like each other. They still do what they gotta do.
That was a missed opportunity by him.
I don't know. To me, this is like I'm just saying. Like, go ahead, Paul.
We're talking right now on this platform, right? And we've been talking about our experiences, like personally, and how we've experienced, racism or prejudice and stuff like that. So I guess personally, you're saying being on the team with him, you wouldn't have no words for him. I can't sit here and say I wouldn't have any words with him. So I don't understand.
The attention is going to be directed to the whole team regardless.
I don't feel like he has no responsibility to me as a white man. I am a black man that's of black.
So you would? I'm saying you
wouldn't be looking to a man of another race to be a part of my movement. That ain't got shit to do with him. His job is to come in there and throw a football good. That shit don't got nothing to do with what I go through. That has nothing to do with me.
I understand what you're saying. You're not giving your energy to that.
Nigga don't work for the police department. The nigga ain't a judge. He does what the fuck? I don't give a fuck. He is not in a position to arrest me. I don't care, nigga.
But he's in a position to help with change, correct? He's not in a position to have an influence on that.
He got a platform.
He's not in a position to have influence on some change.
He got a platform.
Why not take advantage? Hold on. Why not take advantage of that opportunity? Whether or not he white, black, or whatever, he's on the team with white, black, and all that anyway.
And the thing about
so you're going to support. So if you got a gay nigga in your locker room, you're going to support all gay movements because you got a gay nigga in your locker room.
I don't have whatever your sexual preference is your sexual preference.
Just, I'm saying, are you going to support everything that's because of what he believes in? Now you're going to support everything he believes in just because he's your teammate?
I probably won't give my energy to everything.
Opinions. Niggas are exactly. I won't give my energy to that nigga because we are teammates, nigga. I mean, we are here to play a game. We're not here for anything other than that. I don't get that shit. I don't go to work and expect my coworkers to go to bat for me with everything that I deal with in life.
I got you. And you're not supposed to give your energy to everything.
The problem is your boy as a quarterback, he's a leader of the team.
The quarterback.
But,
Right,
okay,
and he's
but that's
giving.
my.
He,
So
I'm
this is what I'm
pretty
saying.
sure
This
he's
is
giving.
why I want you niggas to understand.
But you know he's giving speeches of,
That's
oh yeah,
cool,
we're
but look,
brothers. We're
Even
brothers
on
in arms,
even on that
all
team,
that
when you
shit.
win a game, he's getting all the credit for the team you play, for all the energy you put into this
That's
team
cool,
and this
'cause
game
it's
and everything. He's gonna get the
It's
credit
in
when they
within
win.
the realm
You understand that?
So
in
let me
football.
just say.
In a game. We're talking about a
You
game.
the one talking about you
In
here
the
play the
game.
game and
That's what we
everything
talking
else.
about
So
right
all the
now.
energy and everything else that you put into the game, that ain't gonna matter at the end of the day. When this
Somebody
white man is gonna get all the credit for it, this white man's gonna get all the credit for your work.
It's been
You right with what he
happening.
talking about?
It's been happening. Who control the media?
So let
Like
me
that,
just
of
say,
course it's gonna be like that.
so all I want to say is this is my thing. This is my thing. Drew Brees, as you're saying, Drew Brees cannot speak for the black community. He can't say anything on behalf of the black community. He's not
Agreed.
not a black representative. He doesn't live a day in the life of a black person.
So he shouldn't comment about it.
That's my thing. He shouldn't comment about it.
He probably shouldn't have.
Do comment about it. You're making divisive statements in a time when we're not trying to be divisive. In a time,
But this is what I understand.
no. I let you go, Marcus. Let me go. So all I'm saying is, if that question comes up and somebody says, you say, man, I don't understand. Me personally,
No comment.
say something like, me personally, that is not my realm. I don't know anything about the black community. I don't know anything about what they're going through on a day-to-day basis. So I can't speak to them. Me, myself, personally, because of X, Y, and Z. But this motherfucker said, I find it disrespectful, or I find it disrespectful. And that is where it becomes super divisive at a time. And I understand we are in society and there's two total different sides of this equation where some people are truly all about this racist shit and some people are not. But at a time where, like, if you are a leader and you are a fucking NFL man of the year, which means like you're supposed to have like some sort of type of integrity about bringing all types of people together at some point in time, I feel like that's where you say, that is not my place and I can't say anything. That's all I have to say. All I'm saying about it. Like, as you're saying, Marcus, I get it. You can't say anything about it, but don't say anything about it. Like, because we do
exactly.
Shit.
Like my mom
I
used to
feel
say,
you, but look, this is my point. This is my response here. Hold on, let me just say this real quick. This is my response. All right, okay, we can sit there and say he can't say nothing. We can be like, oh, he can't speak because he's not saying. But look, how many white people was out there marching next to black people with this whole thing? It's okay for white people to go and march with us. It's okay for Max Kellerman and other white people on TV to speak on our issues as long as they go along with the movement. But then when somebody said they don't agree with it, then that's when they should be quiet and stay away, right?
Well, wrong is wrong.
There's white people all immersed in this movement right now.
No, this is what I'm saying. You don't have to be quiet. But just like he said.
Okay, so why can't he just have an opinion that's not along?
He can. Listen, he can. But don't come out and make a statement saying you sorry about your opinion.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're wrong.
But he said he apologized because of the outrage.
Yeah.
Nah, he apologized because he was wrong, bro. No, he knows he was wrong. We had to teach him he was wrong. That's what you have to do with white people. You have to educate them. That's what it was.
You need to educate them. They don't got shit to do with me. That's what I'm saying.
Bruh.
They don't got shit to do with me.
That's what it was. And honestly, like, the only reason I'm saying I'm disappointed because he has a responsibility too. He a future Hall of Famer, man of the year and all that. You got a responsibility to your city, to the game of football, to your team.
Go ahead, Randall.
Is that not true or not? You're gonna be like, how are you gonna represent them? That's a bad representation. And if I'm on the team with you, like you spoke to earlier, if I'm playing on the team with you, that's a bad representation of me because I'm black.
He should go along with my movement because he knows the football well.
That's a bad representation of me because I'm black. No, I'm not saying that.
Based off his ability to throw that football, that gives him. He should be saying what I want him to say.
No, he should. I'm saying you have a responsibility. You're entitled to your opinion, like I said, and he should have stuck with his opinion. Don't apologize after your opinion, then.
Twice.
So I would have a heart to heart with you, and then I take that shit back 3 days later. How would you feel about me?
Go ahead,
you wouldn't even feel if I was being honest with you. You wouldn't even feel like you knew me for real.
It's disingenuous.
Like, yeah, he told me this, but he showed me something. He showed me something else. Like, no, that ain't even right.
I look at this whole shit as disingenuous. I think
man, stay behind. Stand behind what you believe in. Then he ain't stand behind what he believed in. Yeah. So he knew he was wrong, whether it's for politics or not. He knew he was wrong. He fucked up the money. He knew that.
What you got to say? What's up?
Nah, I just like on the whole, like national anthem shit, like outside of who this person is as a quarterback or if he's the leader of the franchise, I just don't appreciate the fact that people don't get an even chance to speak their mind. That's all what it's about to me. If you want to speak your mind, you want to exercise the First Amendment, then it should be an even playing field on both sides. So if Drew Brees is saying that you shouldn't be kneeling, that's fucked up because you're exercising your First Amendment and
exactly
exercise his First Amendment. That's where the white privilege factors in.
Yeah,
that's true.
They're telling us that you can't do this.
You say what you
do it a different way.
You're not allowed to say shit.
Kaepernick can't say what he want to say. That's what I got an issue with.
Right there, yeah. Oh man, yeah. Cap
it's the same shit.
What you
it's
mean?
The same exact shit. Both sides, niggas is mudslinging the same.
But it's not the same shit because we not telling them what not to do.
Because he's not saying like I understand.
But niggas is telling him what he shouldn't say. We just had a whole conversation about him saying why he shouldn't be if he shouldn't be saying what he had to say or whatever he just said he shouldn't be saying.
I'm missing the point.
If it was the same, then Drew Brees would have said, "Okay, I understand why he's doing that, but this is how I feel." He's saying flat out.
He went straight into it. Yeah,
it's wrong. What he's doing is wrong. That's
He said Kaepernick was wrong.
And honestly, Marcus, you need to watch it. You need to watch it though, Marcus, because his tone wasn't like, oh, it should be. No, that motherfucker had a tone like he was upset. Like he's been thinking about it. He's been marinating on this shit. It ain't been no. It wasn't no like. It wasn't no.
I'm just keeping it real. That shit don't put no weight on my spirit. Now that shit don't bother me at all.
And I totally understand. It shouldn't be putting no weight on mine or whatever. But it already took my energy.
It shouldn't bother nobody in this joint, but I mean, you're definitely gonna think twice about celebrating. You know what I'm saying? We all play football shit. You know what I'm saying?
All right, well, I'll make sure I won't raise my hand and shit next time the nigga break a record or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? For my people.
He ain't gonna break nothing. Nobody blocking for him, man. I'm telling you.
Him or Jake Fromm if he get in the fucking lineup anyway.
He's done ski.
He's not gonna make the team. Jake Fromm not gonna make no team.
Yeah, he fucked up. Fucked up.
White quarterbacks get a longer leash. That's why like Matt Barkley's still in the league and shit.
Okay, Nate Peterman.
Yeah, Nate Peterman and shit.
Oh my God, the most interceptions ever.
No way he should still be in the league.
How was he? Now that's a great example of stealing checks. Nathan Peterman. Peterman.
He's still who he with now?
I think he was with Oakland last time.
Yeah,
Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
He with Oakland?
He was in Oakland, last year. It was on Hard Knocks.
On his ass too.
Yeah, that was funny. They're like, I need that dog. He's like, where is it? Are you ever get mad about anything? What's wrong with you? Jay Grew was talking to him. John Grew was talking to him, trying to get some fire out of him.
Oh,
hold on. Switch it up. About these police out here though, should they be held to a higher standard than us citizens out here when it comes to breaking the law? Should they be held to a higher standard?
I think humans are humans are humans, but I think we talked about this last episode. When people get a certain, even a fucking nudge of authority, they take the shit too far, and especially if you got just a long line of uneven playing field, of course you're gonna take advantage. So
yeah, they're abusing that power, man.
Yeah, you got to be held to a higher authority. I mean, I don't care. That's any walk of life. There are people who are in positions of power. It's how you use that power. I don't care. You can look at a pastor. You hold your pastor to a certain higher authority.
Look at them. Sometimes they do the worst shit.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's even, but with that power, like I'm not saying like, whether you do good or evil, it's still like you should be held accountable for that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's like they take an oath to be responsible for the community, for everybody else like that too. That's why it's like, yo, if you go against that grain, you should have the same repercussions as everybody else if they did that. Like, why are you?
I think they should be put under the fucking jail. Fucking jail.
Yeah.
If they're doing some shit like just happened with George Floyd, where they should be put under the fucking jail. That makes no fucking sense.
I think through the
more like if you like you said, if you take that oath and you would want to become a police officer, right? Then that person, or male or female, should know. All right, if I go out here and if I break the law, I'm supposed to be upholding the law. The law, like I should be held to a higher standard, and like the punishment towards me will be greater because I did something.
Right.
You know what you're getting into. I don't want to hear no shit about I feared for my life, so I had to put my knee on this motherfucker's neck or shoot this motherfucker. You know what you signed up for.
That's
you know what you signed up for. So definitely a higher standard.
And it's more dirty. It's more dirty stuff that goes on than just them just killing. You know what I'm saying? Like they in the drug game. You know, they moving money here and there and all that. Yeah, like it goes beyond like just killing people. So yeah, you still got a responsibility.
I think everybody knows this too, but cops have like a unwritten bubble of protection, right? And so like just like somebody has a union that protects them from benefits or unemployment or whatever, I feel like the cops have that bubble around the courtroom, and that it's been made like that for years, and hundreds of years, because they've already agreed that they're going to protect who's going to protect them. And so I do think that when they are found guilty of corruption, death, anything that is not held to the accountable, decree that they signed up for, that it should be a harsher judgment. And it's so far and few in between. I mean, it's like it's almost like you fighting a war before you like this situation with George Floyd, right? We're fighting a war, and we already know when they get to the courtroom, we're gonna be fighting a whole nother war because we're not even sure that these Bama's is gonna get convicted. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. And they moved the charge to a second degree instead of third degree now.
No. We still good though. Because I was thinking.
But that's what you say. But it's harder to prove. Like I've looked at this stuff before, especially with police officers. Please look at the prosecution rate for police officers for second degree murder. It's under 10%.
But not they're still charging him with the manslaughter shit. They still got that on the books though.
Yeah.
But at the same time, and even at the same time, even to Paul's point, like the way the fucking the medical examiner like literally gave the police officers their defense on a platter. Like regardless if you're talking about like he was suffocated with a knee for 9 minutes at 8 minutes and 46 seconds.
Distinct conditions.
Freaking autopsy report says that he had pre-existing health conditions, and he also might have been intoxicated or something like that. And like regardless of what you saw on camera or what you saw in front of your face, they're going to say like it might not have been that. So like George Floyd's family had to go out and get like a independent autopsy report that it was like death by asphyxiation. And like that's the thing. Like I feel like in instances like that, yes, cops definitely should be held to a higher standard. And of course, like most other instances, but these cops, it doesn't even just a one-time like thing or anything like that. I mean, most cops who encounter situations like this have like a track record. For some odd reason, like even with their track record, for some odd reason, it's not publicized. Like you don't see like a public list or what have you. But as a government employee, like I can know somebody's salary and like how long they've been on the job and everything of the sort. But for cops, why don't we have that same privilege, ability to see like not necessarily like their pay rate? I don't need to know how much they get paid, but I should be able to know like when, you know what I'm saying? Like when you look at a public record, because these are government, quote unquote, government officials, you should be able to see like the different cases and like different things like unjust situations or complaints filed against them. And I'm really happy about like the different policies that have been what I want to say
implemented. Yep.
Haven't been implemented yet. forefront and like our potential solutions. But at the same time, we got to see them shits in action. And like, we don't know like the actual laws and everything that go along with it. But I feel like those laws could be like a step in the right direction, whereas though we are able to put some of these people in custody for the crimes that they commit.
Like I said earlier, go ahead. Go ahead, B.
You even talking about, like, we started off talking about cops and that. We started off talking about cops and then we talk about the judicial system and how corrupted it goes way in.
It's deep.
You know
it's the mob.
The system itself is designed for them motherfuckers to always win. It's just designed that way. And that's the part that we got, and that's like once we get to the point where we constantly see that, and that is our goal, not just like to you know what I'm saying, just speaking about cops, but just the system in general. This shit is fucking crazy. Like it's way deeper than just cops. Way deeper.
Mm-hmm. I think we don't see some protests and riots before. But if these guys get off this time, I think it's going to be a problem because, like I was saying earlier, I've never seen nobody kill somebody with their hands in their. This Bama was kneeling on his neck with his hands in his pockets, just chilling for what was it, 8 minutes and almost 9-10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I think if they get off, it's going to be a problem, dog. It's really going to be a problem.
Didn't you seen other videos? They was just as worse. The damn Eric Garner and
yeah. It's 20 Bammers on top of Eric Garner. I'm like, really? Come on, dog.
Orlando,
take that many people?
Yeah, Orlando kept.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got shot right there. I mean, was begging like, all right, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Like, why is this like so? The reason why this shit is so hype right now is because everybody inside. Everybody.
Yep.
This is
I don't think it's just that. This
is another incident. So like, why is this one like? Why is this like the tipping of the iceberg? Like,
so it was the way they killed him. It was the way he killed him. I think that was what really got to people. I think it's the way
this man was. This is a grown ass man screaming out for his mom.
Everybody being a side shit. So I agree with that too. But but Randall, I do agree with that shit too. That I think it's a combination of both of them. But what I also will say is that I think this whole shit is like contrived. I think this is like a scripted situation that's supposed to play out to kind of usher us into martial law. Because even like you just said, Corey, if these niggas get off on this shit, especially after seeing something so egregious, to drive motherfuckers off and give them the reason to send the military in. If there ever was, that would be the perfect support, especially after COVID, Kobe, all this other shit that's been going on. So the population is just emotionally fucked up right now. You know what I'm saying? So that would be the perfect time to have
shit, though.
Come in.
The funny shit is though, you got President Trump out here. This Bama, he told these motherfuckers to disperse tear gas and rubber bullets and shit on these motherfuckers just to go take a motherfucking photo op and shit.
Yeah, he ready for the martial law though. He ready to let everybody go.
Look, but the funny shit is that's the same reason why they're out there protesting. Is because these motherfuckers, they don't give a fuck. The police don't give a fuck. They know they can do whatever the hell they want to do. It's like you say, give me a thousand good cops and 500 bad cops. That's 1,500 bad cops because ain't nobody saying shit about the 500 bad cops.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody's doing nothing about them.
That's their brotherhood.
Exactly.
But even with those videos that Randall, the joints that you put in the last one where they showed the provocateurs and shit, the dudes go over there bashing in the windows and all that shit. And like I even saw some stories where people were saying that they had like piles of bricks just laying out there. You know what I'm saying? So right. All right, so so that means that we know that there's also like a bullshit aspect to this. Because if we can acknowledge that they got niggas out here going around bashing windows and throwing bricks and shit, that means there has to be some sort of like, put in place aspect to the situation. So this is something I was thinking about. I was talking to my dad about this shit, right? All right, so we know that big business run the country for the most part. Can we agree? Big business run the country for the most part. All right, so you said what?
Absolutely.
Huh?
For sure.
Okay, all right. So big business, right? So let's say they got a lot of money, more money than the average nigga has. We talking about big business and niggas who got the black card, the FedEx, you know what I'm saying, the unlimited card, them niggas, right? So let's say they was like, oh shit, we want to drive the social engineer society in the direction that we wanted to go in. So oh shit, let's get this politician right here. Let's get in their pockets. Oh, don't you know, we can agree also that, you know, like lobbyists and all this other shit, they have people who like go to these politicians and pay them to push their agendas. So now they remember big business is also in cahoots with the media, because we always every day gonna see these Amazon commercials, we gonna see these FedEx commercials. So these motherfuckers have strong pull with the media. So now they're gonna sit there and say, media, if a black man gets murdered on television, I want you to put that. So I want to just get into that.
No, keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Yeah. So
I'm on the comment. Keep going.
Oh yeah, so big business. They like, okay, we're gonna push an agenda. So we're gonna go through the media. We're gonna go to the media and say, oh, show a black man get killed on TV. Then we're gonna have everybody all fucked up, all emotional about the situation. Then we're gonna have someone who come in and fix the solution. It's like you create a problem and then you also create the solution from it. So as soon as exactly. So that's what I'm sitting there saying. So then all of a sudden Hillary comes in. I'm just using her as an example. She says her name. Yep. Hillary Clinton comes in and says, oh, systematic oppression. Vote for me. Then all the people who are fucked up over seeing the black man get shot on TV, then she comes in and says, oh shit, we should vote for her because she cares about our issues. Also at the same time, the big business who was in Hillary's pocket in the first place puts out a commercial that has something to do with your social injustice. So how do we not know that this whole shit was contrived to socially engineer us in the direction to push another motherfucker's agenda? Because it makes sense. I think shit like this does
makes
happen
sense.
all the
You can't forget about the niggas that actually own these motherfucking businesses that they're looting or whatever, like Gucci, Louis, all that shit or whatever the fuck. We in a quarantine. We in a quarantine. Ain't nobody going to fucking Gucci, Louis, or none of that shit. But niggas are stealing that shit, and these niggas have fucking insurance on the motherfucking stores. They can't wait. They can't wait for a nigga to steal some shit out of that joint. We got insurance, dog. We got insurance. Yeah. Please come and get this shit.
It be political agendas though, because like when the shit first popped off, I think it was like where this happened, Minnesota or Minneapolis.
Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yeah.
Then they came out and said you got to give these kids some space because they have been going through this for 400 years. How kids been going through this for 400 years? Like he's throwing like balls into the fire and like, he giving them like a I don't know. He's like giving them an excuse to riot and to loot and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And then but even outside the when they was putting like bricks on like pallets and leaving at the corner and like pretty much telling
that's
them
what I'm talking about. Yeah,
you got a green light. I've seen videos where police were backing up, you know, trucks and they had bricks in the back of the truck.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And not to include the videos where the actual police, where I've seen police videos or videos of police actually breaking the windows of storefronts and everything.
Oh, that goes with that whole insurance shit.
Yeah.
I'm talking about. They want you to bust their shit up and burn it the fuck down.
Yeah, but at the same time,
is on, dog. They're not making no money.
So at the same time, it goes to the insurance shit, but it also goes to like, so at this moment, like this moment seems like it's for like Black Lives Matter, and it seems like it's for black people, like, trying to get justice. However, if a police officer or if anybody sits there and like tries to change the situation, whereas though make it seem like the Black lives who are out here and who are about this situation are going to like who are truly looting and everything, like it's so many I've seen of white people actually looting, like of white people leading these break-ins and different things, but shit off because it's a Black Lives Matter protest, and we can push it off and make it seem like the Black Lives Matter people are doing this shit, as opposed to the provocateurs.
Fight Club, good.
Yeah.
Ooh, they cleaned that out. Didn't they clean that out?
Yeah, they did.
Hey, you saw what they did the round two too?
Yeah. I mean, they kind of deserve it. They be gouging people with them prices.
Yeah, they do. They be taxing. I don't even feel bad, man. Taxing on some vintage wear.
I deserve it. I don't give a fuck.
Taxing on some vintage tees. You gotta do better, Sean. Sean Weatherspoon. You gotta do better, bro.
Hey, but did y'all see the white people? Did y'all see the white people in Atlantic City try to get Vans?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
The
seen
nigga-
it. And the boys pulled up. They was like, oh, no, fuck that
Yo,
shit.
that was funny. That was probably the funniest one I saw.
Let me ask
He
you.
dro-
What do you guys think about even like amongst the protests, like what you see on TV? How what are you guys' views as far as just the white people in general that are amongst us? Like, do you feel as though it may like how do you feel like out of nowhere, like we got all of these white people that we obviously we got us against us, but we got all and that all of a sudden now that choose to speak out now, but like in the past it's like kind of like a where were you type of thing, you know what I'm saying?
I think they always been there because like for real white people put Obama in the office. If you want to keep
exactly agreed 100%.
But at the same time, everybody gotta realize like this is a big fucking show that we watching, and like we all being played for real. I mean, if you really take back and look at like the timing of this shit, like if people don't fucking drop dead, if 100,000 people don't drop dead next like in 2 weeks from COVID, like what have we really been doing inside? You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's been outside protesting all this shit. Like the time of the COVID started, and like Spain was having all those riots before COVID started, and France was having all those riots because like I don't know, like there wasn't agreeing with government, and then COVID hit, and there was something else to talk about, and then people inside, and now this shit's happening, and then like if nothing happens out of this shit, then like I mean it's
and that's the sad part. That's why I don't want to like. It's almost like I said earlier. It's like, damn, do I give my 100%? But I'm still kind of on the fence too, because like I don't want to be played at the end of the day. Like, damn, y'all did all this, y'all still fucking played me. Yeah. Because you know what I mean. We've seen this before.
Honestly, the way this whole thing is playing. Yeah. I mean, I feel like the whole way the thing is playing out is like almost like if you don't participate, then you're a bad person. So I feel like even when you talk about the white people that's going along with it, they just don't want to be bad people. It's not necessarily that they really care. It's just like, well, I don't want to be the white people that's on the bad side, so let me just show my face. But will they give their privilege up for you? No. You know what I'm saying? But they'll stand in line next to you and shit, you know what I'm saying? But them niggas are, at the end of the day, you think they're going to take food out their kids' mouth for you? No. You know what I'm saying? But they'll go out there and march with your ass. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. You know, so that's how I look at this shit. It's just that they don't look at as bad.
Yeah, and I don't want white people to feel like they gotta look good, but I do want them to feel like, yo, you better be using that privilege for like a fucking statement, like for a movement or something. I don't want you out here just for the gram. I don't want you out here because even if you did feel bad for my people, make a fucking change then, man. I don't want to hear that. Like I feel you on that, and just like you said, Reds, like for the longest time, I feel like they've been there, but been scared, you know what I mean? Like scared to come. I don't know what. That's why I said like this time around, I don't know what it was to just the breakthrough to make them.
Because everybody home for real. I think because
that too.
You're absolutely right. There's even some. I know for a fact that there are some African American people out there that's out there doing it for the gram. That's a fact.
Fact, fam. I can tell you about. I don't know how many people I saw just real quick take some pictures and jump in the car. Hey, let me see your sign. Then ride out. Like I feel you on that. Yeah, it's for some of that is for the gram.
It's not even a question.
If you see me out in the goddamn, best believe I'm out there for a really good goddamn call.
Oh yeah, dog. If I'm volunteering my time, yeah, you best believe I need to see something out of that.
I ain't going out there, John. So
Me and Phil went to the Million Man March a few years back, and you know, like that was my first experience, and I was experiences as an adult. So you know, I'm there, and you know, there was a bunch of great speeches, and then everybody went home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, J. Cole was out there. We was out there early too.
Yeah, like, but that wasn't no riot / protest. I'm not going to none of these motherfuckers. I'll pull up at one of these joints, be out there for hours, come back, and my car be all fucked up and shit. I'd be mad as shit.
That's what I'm saying.
It was all
You saw
love in
J.R.
that
Smith.
March, though. I'll say that. It was all love in that joint, though. Like
Dog, I never felt bad.
That's grown ass motherfuckers men going to them joints.
Yeah.
Grown asses.
I shed tears that day, man. That was like a life-changing experience, yo. It was crazy.
When was the last joint?
It was a couple
what
years.
year was that?
A couple years ago.
Probably like, I want to say like 13 or 14.
Yeah.
Cause I thought they were supposed to be like trying to do that joint like a not annually, but every so couple of years or whatever.
So they didn't even televise it.
So I do want to say
nothing.
this. I do want to say this.
They
about,
hate Farrakhan.
I do want to say this about the white people that's going out there, though. Like some white people, and I think some white people are going out there with genuine hearts. Like
I agree.
And when they do go out there, I think they realize their white privilege, and they do realize their white power. Not necessarily white power. They realize their white privilege. And
Definitely the folks around this area anyway.
No. So like in New York, I'll just say I fucked up by saying white power because motherfuckers ain't got no white power.
You about to gain some followers.
But nah, so like in New York, them niggas like it was. I watched this shit and like literally like watching the news has been like watching movies, like real live TV movies. So like in New York, they had a protest the other day, whereas they was like walking from I might got it wrong, but they was walking from the Brooklyn Bridge to Manhattan or Manhattan to Brooklyn, one way or the other. And
that's it down.
This shit. They were all on the bridge. They walking around like I'm talking about like thousands of motherfuckers that after curfew, after 11 o'clock, whatever time their curfew was. But like literally all you see is all the white people. And like at this point in time, you can't see faces. So I don't necessarily like when it's during the day, you might can say some people out there doing it for clout, some people doing this shit for like whatever. But like it was 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night, and like literally all you see is white hands like surrounding black people. And when I see that shit, what it means to me is like we've seen like so many instances where as though it's a black person on the front line, and as it's a black person on the front line, that's when the cops rush in. The cops do whatever the fuck to the black. And then like even still, it's other occasions where it's a black person on the front line, and then a white person jumps in front. Like, nah, motherfucker, I'm gonna use my white privilege. You're gonna hit me as a white person. And what have you, somehow or another, it's a shield, and it seems like a fucking shield. I don't know how the fuck they become a shield, but somehow or another, white people become a shield. So like on occasions, like I truly want to get.
No, I don't like that shit. Don't you stand in front of me, nigga.
I'll take it
like
too.
That shit. I ain't about to. You ain't about to be protecting me, nigga. Like, I don't know. I can't co-sign that shit. I'm sorry, bro. I wouldn't feel right.
Hey, take these rubber bullets from me, man. Take that pepper spray from me. Take these rubber bullets. I'm going this way. Yeah.
Hey, but hold up, whole time though, like where the fuck did the like we got everybody gathering by the masses, like so like COVID-19 just like disappeared?
That's why I said, dog. People like don't even. It's a hoax.
Nobody
like
cared no more.
It was like that. Niggas ain't got masks on. Niggas don't give a fuck. They sharing water bottles.
Out here they smoking. They smoking.
I don't think it was a hoax, but the severity, the way the severity of it is, you know.
It was definitely some sensationalism going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I know a couple of people that have been connected to like some deaths with the COVID, so I don't want to say it was a hoax at all. But I will say the effect that it has right now, nobody even hearing that shit. Nobody hearing that.
And to second that, I've been fucking with these stocks out here, and them motherfuckers are shooting up. And I think it's after these fucking, they've seen these protests, they've seen these niggas going out this joint. Oh yeah, we Gucci. They're about to start up. The airline said they about to start back up this summer. They got the new summer schedules about to come out.
Right on time, though.
I mean, that's the fastest way to travel. Right? Niggas definitely getting on the airline. Oh, my bad. I'm smacking.
They got lockjaw over there.
But don't this shit seem so scripted though? Like everything happens back to back to back to back to back to back. And then remember that whole conversation we had in that one video I think that got deleted when we was talking about Ahmaud Arbery, and I was like, yeah, these joints gonna keep happening, and it's gonna get da 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 da, and then here we go. It's like just like we had this conversation about. We said this. We literally predicted this shit 3 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? And they don't hear it coming. because it's happened before. That's what I'm saying. This is part of how they socially engineer us. You know,
all the like the sport teams, like all the sport franchises in the leagues. All of a sudden, they're starting to like their schedules are supposed to be released within the next month or so, right? It's fucking crazy.
Right.
Like all of a sudden now, you guys have a plan, just like out of nowhere.
But
you see the Redskins.
You know who?
Hold on. You see the Redskins post, their side of the shit, and then what's the girl from New York, AOC. Yeah. AOC, she's like, you guys want to post something like this, and you have a racist name and shit, and then like everybody, it was under our thread. It was like, oh, I'm a Native American, and I don't have a problem with this. Mind your fucking business. Like people just like ponytail. People want to like piggyback off of like every fucking instant, and that's the culture we live in, and that's
It's negative, dog. It's low frequency.
But look,
it's low frequency.
I'm glad you brought.
I like
that up, 'cause
AOC.
this is something I've been thinking about. So all this shit that's going on. So we have like everybody has like this victimization shit. That's what I'm talking about. So like everybody has a story. Everybody been through some shit, right? So now everybody is kind of like creating groups out of their particular story. So it's like, you don't know what it's like to have two left hands. You don't know what it's like to have whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what it's like.
Nah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? So what happens is it creates narcissism, right?
You right.
You always think that your story is worse than the next man. Now we having competitions of who has it worse. So what that does is that creates a lack of empathy. Because you don't care
people
about
have died that have never died before.
You think your problem is always worse than the next person's. Right? You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Like that's what it creates. It's creating narcissism because everybody thinks that they should have attention drawn to them because of their problems. So now we have a fragmented society that keeps getting broken down into smaller and smaller groups. People who was like, well, you don't know what it's like to be a paraplegic, You don't know what it's like to You know what I'm saying? So now everybody thinks their story is more important than the next man, which means you don't give a fuck about the next man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. And that's true though. I do see a lot of that too. And everybody's opinion is the right opinion. That's the problem, Like nobody wants to listen. They just want to hear themselves too at the same time. Like
they want to get retweets and shit. That's what everything.
Yeah, man. It's that clout chasing and shit.
All right, so I got a question since we're talking about this shit, and just stay with me. So, as a black man and being in my office, I can only talk about or not only my office, but knowing some white people growing up. Stay with me. Is it our duty as black men to try to educate, or not necessarily even educate, but provide some context and some context to white people about some of the specific instances that are going on? Like right now, I know it's this different post that goes back and forth where it's basically as a black person, it's not my job to educate you as a white person because y'all have been educating us for so many years.
But it doesn't matter. You're still gonna have to educate.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Go do your own. So the post basically is go do your own research because I don't have the bandwidth, I don't have the energy. I'm exhausted. Shit that's going on. So
I think that's a person by person basis because everybody
to
the shit, and then some of the shit you would say will fall on deaf ears because I've tried to explain to somebody and they'd be like, all right, so I would tell somebody of another race listen, I get pulled over almost weekly because the car I drive, because the neighborhood I am, and their first response would be, well, what are you doing to get pulled over? What are you doing?
I'm driving.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm driving.
You just don't have that frame of mind. They don't experience the shit. So
yeah, and that's another thing I always speak to too. They always feel like it's a purpose behind something happening to you. They don't ever understand. It don't have to be shit happening. Something's gonna happen to me. Right. That's my life as a black man. Yeah.
So do you think that we're at a point of no return? Do you think that shit can get better or it's not?
This shit is always gonna be.
I don't know.
Whether y'all like to hear this shit or not, this shit is always gonna be like this. It's always gonna be like this. There's always gonna be
I don't know.
A sway and a back sway. It's always.
The only reason why I don't know is because these niggas have been processing for at least 2 weeks now, dog. They've been processing for at least 2 weeks, and I'll say, all right, probably 90% of these niggas don't have a job right now because of the quarantine, so they out here anyway. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I feel like right now, like I don't think that there's like you said, we're at a point like right now in time where I personally feel like we're at a point where there has to be some sort of like divine intervention. And I say that like you know how like for example, if I'm downstairs, right? And my kid upstairs. And I hear him yelling, right? And I yell upstairs and I'm saying, Jalen, Taylor, stop arguing. You go to your room, go to your room, right? Then it goes quiet. Then 5 minutes later, I hear them arguing again, right? I hear them motherfuckers arguing. I'm like, yo, didn't I tell y'all motherfuckers to go to your fucking room? Go to, you know what I'm saying? Go to bed, go to sleep, or whatever. The next thing you know, it goes quiet again. But guess what? Every 5 minutes I hear something, even though I told them. I told them to fucking come down and I'm putting myself right. It's just symbolic of me being divinity. Like it's going to get to the point where eventually I'm going to have to fucking go upstairs and regulate shit
and beat somebody. Right.
And you don't want to have to do that.
I have to go here. And I feel like we're at a point where right now it's just a lot of this. And there's so much of this to the point where there's something that's bigger than us, that's way, you know what I'm saying, there's a higher authority that has to intervene. It happens throughout history. It has happened. You know what I'm saying? And this won't be the first time. You know what I'm saying? Like we're at a point of return. The fall, you know what I'm saying? Babylon, all that shit. It comes a point in time where there has to be some sort of divine intervention to hit the reset button.
I hear that.
That's where we at, right? You feel that?
Only reason why I think it's a different time frame is because it's like we all came up, we all grew up reading about the civil rights. We all had to do during the Black History Month. We had to read about or do some type of assignment about MLK or Malcolm X or some shit, Rosa Parks, whatever. Probably not Malcolm X because they don't like that nigga. But like during the civil rights, them families was having protests and all that. But it might be something that happens in one city or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It was organized or whatever. But these families are out here now. It's like it's all over the nation right now, dog. And it is
all over the world.
It's all over the world. You got families in France, France. You know what I'm saying?
Everywhere.
It's like, what the fuck? I think we may be at a turntable or, you know, at a fork in the road where, you know, it's gonna go this way or it's gonna go that way or whatever the fuck. Because I don't think it's been this many. I don't think it's been this many protests or whatever.
What you think, Jack?
In the same week? Go ahead.
No, I think Corey's right, but I think this is one of the biggest events that I've seen, especially for 10 days straight. And you know, I don't
think we would ever have to see this, dog, after we came up reading about this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
this shit is crazy.
I don't think we could go backwards from where we're at right now. You know what I mean? Like and that'll speak to how Marcus, Randall, and a couple others said, we in the house right now. So if something like this happens in 3 or 4 weeks and we don't show the support that we showing right now, then all of this shit is fake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we gotta make and I say we, but I'm honest. Like we gotta make sure that we stick to whatever the fuck we about to do. We gotta make sure we stick to July 7th. We gotta make sure that we follow up from that because that's going. All right. So July 7th is going to be like a jab, right?
I hate that date.
But if we do something for like 3-4 days straight or even a week straight, man, you mean to tell me all of these motherfuckers is signing up like we just talked about? Nike's signing up, just try to jump on the bandwagon. They've been capitalizing on this shit for I don't even know how long. Since
wow.
Oh, please. They're the first ones.
But
Pepsi was probably the first ones.
But
Michael Jackson.
You think that they hopping on right now and we ain't taking money from them, wait till we start taking shit from them. And I'm like, you know, for if we stop this shit, if we just said, all right, you know, let's prepare Monday through Friday this week. We ain't gonna patronize nobody. And we just tough it out. Like, fuck. We keep saying, oh, can we go a day without this? Can we go 2 days without this? Motherfuckers, our ancestors went fucking weeks without going to the fucking store.
What was it? What was the bus boycott? That shit was like 300 and some odd days, dog. 400 some odd days.
My point is,
go ahead.
We would have so much fucking power if we stopped patronizing just everything for a full week. I feel like there would be people knocking down the fucking door.
Stop participating.
I feel like there would be people knocking down the fucking door.
Marcus was talking about that,
So basically stop participating in the system in order to
I feel like there would be people. I agree. I feel like
for how long though?
I feel like there would be corporations, companies knocking down the door to whoever the hell, you know, in the White House they can get a hold of and tell them, hey, we need to fix this now. Like I feel like once you start the money, that's when shit's gonna happen.
You don't think like these? But I'll go ahead.
Oh, well, how long does it take? Because like I said, we can stop participating in the system, and that'll like destroy the system. But all right, let's say we take a week, and then we get like, how long do we need to go? Like, what if we have to go 2 weeks, a month, 2 months? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when's the breaking point when we go right?
But I think so. I don't think I have a full answer for that, but I think that July 7th is a start. So I feel like, you know, like even how you do a project, right? So you do a project, you got a rough draft. You got to review it and make sure everything's right, make sure everything's signed off. All right, let's take some points from it. You know, what did we get from not patronizing for a full day? What did we get? Did we get anybody saying, hey, we need to make this happen? No? All right, well, let's try 3 days. Honestly, it's just like that. We just got to keep improving. And all of it will be null and void if we do what the whole crew talked about, Marcus, me, you know, Al, everybody, that we need to buy our own shit anyway. Like, we need to have
look the boycott took place from December 5th, 1955 to December 20th, 1956.
381 days. 381 days. They walked. They didn't ride a bus for 381 days. They walked.
Yeah.
How much money they lost? And think about nowadays, if we didn't stay in the system, as Marcus was saying, you know what I'm saying? That's
a couple of days of that.
That's going. That might be worse than the fucking, you know, as they got these stocks dropping and all that shit, or whatever, the depressions and all that shit. It might fuck some shit up, but nowadays it might fuck some shit up.
Yeah, because when Corona happened, it was businesses closing like 2 weeks after that.
Yeah,
and I'm talking about shutting down.
I feel like the athletes can make a big ass statement as well. If it, like, I don't know, let's say the NFL, NBA,
you know, they be having their holdouts
to do some shit. Like, god damn, like that would be. You talk about a platform.
Yeah,
they need. I mean, I agree.
To piggyback off that, right? Sort of. It's a piggyback, but it's also a transition. It's also goes into a total different subject. So right now, like the NBA is in the process of, or I think they just finalized a deal to come back, and whereas though they're going to go to start playing on July 31st with 22 teams, and either, I don't know if they finalized and set it, but it's going to go from like July 31st to October 12th or something like that, and they're going to be playing. With 13 teams from the West and 9 teams from the East. My thing is, and stay with me. I don't think that we are ready as a society to watch them play basketball yet. And the reason I say this is, it's not as because of a basketball fan or me being like wanting to see basketball. Like, I'm dying to see basketball. I'm dying to see sports. I don't think we're ready to go back to sports yet, because I don't think the conversation, I mean, once we go back to sports and having something on the TV, our conversation stops from like the racial injustice. It stops from where we are right now currently and how like we're moving. And that is why I say I don't think we're ready for it. I know for a fact, and this is just me, I would love to see basketball, but I'm just scared that once basketball starts, once we tip off, like all this, not all, because some of the chatter is still going to be there, but some of the chatter and the majority of the chatter is going to die down and literally focus, as Marcus was talking about with Drew Brees, we're going to focus on that one goal is to win the championship, as opposed to that one goal being to better our society and focus on how we can work together and solve these different problems that are negatively impacting not only one specific community but our entire world. I believe, and especially our Black culture and the culture influencers. I'll say.
Mark, what you talking about?
I don't think the NBA has that much clout.
That's the American way, man. That's the
American way is baseball. Honestly, that's American way baseball. But I don't think the NBA has that much clout.
Baseball is in the process right now. The baseball.
Exactly. Vetoed.
Yeah, the baseball players just vetoed like 112 game season as opposed to the 162 game season, and then like I think if I'm not mistaken, the owner said like basically like, all right, well we're not coming up with a better solution. We're not coming up with a better plan.
Wait. So if there was one sport that everybody in here could have back this year, you can
football.
All right, course.
NFL. Realistically, though, I mean, do you really think that once this games come back, people gonna really the conversation gonna continue? Like, I mean, what do you think the chances are?
No, honestly, that's what I was saying earlier, man. Like, it's gonna be too many distractions. I feel like that's why.
And then also in this social media age, we in the age of caring today and not giving a fuck tomorrow any goddamn way. So I mean,
right. But look, I don't watch basketball or baseball enough to know, but I know that the NFL, when there's some shit to be talked about, the NFL will talk about it. The commentators will talk about it. You know what I'm saying? The NFL definitely will talk about the shit. Whatever that's
NBA does too. NBA is great at like.
I think NBA is.
That's what I'm saying. I don't watch enough events for them other niggas.
Yeah, NBA is great at handling social issues, man. They definitely put the attention on it.
I mean,
okay.
They got a whole committee.
My vote is for the NFL.
But don't you think like some type of like insider information if they knowingly like opening shit up? Don't you think it's like some type of insider information? Like, yeah, these are the days you can like try to push the agenda. Like they have to know something.
I mean, I look at it like all these niggas in cahoots: big business, NBA, NFL, the government, the media. They all in the same fucking circles. These niggas go sit at the same parties. They be at the same fucking like. They don't hang around with regular folk. They only hang around with each other. They hang around with niggas who
that's true.
Who push society. They don't sit around and chill with common folk.
NBA is not opening up their doors unless they know they got advertisers and shit.
Yeah, exactly. They gotta make that money.
Yeah.
They got contracts, obligations, all that stuff. Nah, that makes sense. But I will say you're
not stroking checks. The advertisers stroking checks. So
that's what I mean. Yeah, like they need to get paid from, you know what I mean, the sports and stuff like that. But I will say UFC did that shit proper.
UFC?
Yeah, UFC.
So I think, and this will probably go along with Marcus that what Randall always talk about too. The shit is probably like even funnier how like the actual basketball season or what have you, like all sports or what have you, sports may begin to kick back up from like basically August to November. Do you know what happens like in August to November? That's leading up until the 2020
campaigns.
Football. Football.
I'm getting the impression that this sports season is going to be filled with all this shit, man.
Exactly. So like sports seasons, sports scenes is literally filled up, and because everybody's been waiting for sports scenes are going to be filled up with advertising commercials for the presidential campaigns and everything. And literally, and they have the money, and this goes back to the conversation last week of like big money and driving the conversation. And
big end up on their jerseys. You know, they put like fucking
real talk. Yeah, they are, dog.
Hey, Alex, that was a great ass point you just brought up, man. I didn't think about that shit. That's a real good point.
And you're catching it right during the wave, dog. Like right when you said summertime all the way to the fall. Like that's perfect timing. All that advertising, everybody gonna be paying attention. Everybody gonna be back on their TV, sports, and all that stuff. You're right. And just like you said, Reds, they probably gonna come up with a Republican patch, Democratic patch for different teams, depending on what state you play for. Watch, there's gonna be some shit. Like, watch, we say this next month. They started up,
bro. Should we say it in
nigga, we called this George Floyd shit about a month ago.
Oh,
called this shit.
We was calling the Last Dance shit like episode to episode.
Yeah, everyone.
I want our credit.
Yeah, we was predicting the next episode.
Give us our credit in the comments.
Yeah, pay for this shit. And we gave all of our restaurant recommendations, movie recommendations.
When shit opened up, I want our credit.
The whole first round of the draft, we pretty much nailed. Like,
and that was the first episode. That was the very first episode.
All right, shit. Well, all right. So going back to the NBA topic, right, and just actually talking about basketball and talking about breaking down basketball, forgetting all the politics and extra shit aside. Corey, we know you hate basketball. We know you hate the NBA.
But didn't I predict
NFL all day. NFL all day.
I predicted that too. I was like, NBA can save the summer and come out with their shit.
Yep. You did. But now, so how I mean, basically get almost 2 months of preparation time. You got, was it 13 teams in the West and 9 teams in the East? The 9 East is the Wizards, and I don't know the exact standings, but how y'all think that's going to necessarily look like actually? So starting basically in August and we ended in March. So was it 5 months of layoff?
Yeah,
like, how y'all think
pretty much.
How y'all think basketball is going to look to start? Like,
I don't know. And then like even next season, they normally start their season in October. So they now finishing during like when they would start the next season. So that's just crazy too.
I know them auditoriums, them gyms, whatever you want to call them, stadiums, they're gonna be empty because it's all indoor. It's gonna be empty.
Fine. That's fine as long as I get to lay a couple of.
Yeah. As long as I can get on Bovada. As long as Bovada working, I'm good.
Hey, I put my money on the Lakers though to win all this shit now because I feel like LeBron, he needed this season. He's in probably more than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So that nigga, he probably making sure all his teammates stayed in shape. Everybody was ready because if anybody was going to win one this year, it's LeBron.
Yeah,
LeBron.
Anybody.
Yeah, and so
everybody's rested up.
KD actually might be coming back too because he's healthy.
You said,
oh wow,
they changed the odds. They
Kyrie
changed
and KD.
Who?
Who's healthy?
KD.
Oh, KD.
Kyrie.
Yeah.
And Kyrie.
And Kyrie.
You think they'll risk it this early?
Huh?
Do it.
I don't think
they already changed. They already changed the odds, but they're gonna change it again.
Would they? You think they'll risk it?
I don't think they'll risk it this early.
Not would they? Would you risk it? Fuck them. Would you risk it?
Yes.
They got no chemistry, so why would you?
KD said he want to play.
Yeah, but like, where you need some type of chemistry. Like he just stepped on the floor.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't deny that him and Kyrie been playing off the side.
I would say the Clippers are the biggest threat outside of the Lakers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, whole time. Hey, sleeper. Not saying that they will. Not saying that they won't. Don't fuck around with the trade to get the Lakers a run for their money.
I would even say like Denver too.
Yeah,
Denver gonna be there, but they ain't gonna win.
And that's why
But the question
teams in the West because they got hella teams out there.
All right. Fuck the NBA.
Nigga, that's what's coming up next.
Who got time, dog? We about to be in OTAs, dog. We about to be in OTAs, dog. The question is, are y'all going
What'd you say, Brian?
to an NFL game? If you know what I'm saying, are y'all going to a game, dog?
I don't know what he talking about. I was going to say, do you guys think that the way that they're doing the playoff format is the way that it should be, or how do you guys feel like they should have worked out the playoff format?
You talking about the way it should be? I'm sorry, just to get a clarifying question. You talking about the way it should be, like for the current times that we in now, or like moving forward?
Well, the current times right now, like, how do you feel like they should proceed as far as the teams that make the playoffs and the teams that don't?
It's still gonna be 7-game series.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's gotta be.
It shouldn't be 7.
Fight for the
That's the only
finals,
time I
right?
tune in. It's
If
gotta
you
be.
got that many teams, it shouldn't be 7-game series.
Well, they only
Nah, it's probably gonna be like
they only playing 8 regular season games. So right after the 8 regular season playing games, they're gonna jump into the playoff.
oh.
I think the playoff format should be if it was up to me. I think the playoff format, like, and yes, I think right now in the state that we're in, I think the way they did it, the way they went about it with the 22 teams and 11 teams, or 9 teams in the East and 13 in the West, is because of how close they were in the standings and how competitive it could make it towards the end of the season. Yeah. It does make it a good bout. I would like to see like a 3-game series, maybe a 3-game series to the first round, a 5-game series for maybe second round, third round, maybe, I don't know. No, second round, maybe 5, third round, 7, and then finals, of course, 7. That would be my like type of ordeal, whereas though it's a good competitive bump, but at the same time, the series doesn't necessarily have to drag out, whereas though we're playing every other night and you know what I'm saying? Like, these bombers are putting so much wear and tear on it. The game doesn't play like it's supposed to.
Right.
NBA is so selfish.
I didn't even know they had 8 games to start out with. That's kind of all right. That's good. I can make a little sign. Get my momentum.
They're gonna be playing hard because that's the only way they're gonna make the playoffs. Some of them teams.
For real, man, it's gonna be serious ball out there.
Like 5 people sitting out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're gonna have with no fans, right? No fans, right?
Yeah, no fans.
They basically be playing in like in a practice gym. I mean, it's gonna be like a scrimmage playing against another team. I think that's
pretty much
a good idea. And then and I know Corey would love this too, but I feel like I would actually like the Deshaun Jackson idea where he said like all the NFL players should be mic'd up if it ain't gonna be no fans in the stands.
I like that.
I would enjoy that shit for the NBA.
Yeah, that would help.
Yeah,
that would help. That's a good idea.
Like, I know,
so dope.
I understand that shit gonna have to be censored like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah. They're gonna have to do a time delay.
Oh yeah.
Like, if you don't block that nigga, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Now you probably hear people in the background talking shit too, like, you ain't tackle me, you ain't shit. You be hearing them sometimes now.
Fuck off me, cuz.
Yeah. Run up next time.
NBA is so selfish. NBA is so selfish. They already start midway into the NFL season. You know what I'm saying? When we ready to get ready for the playoffs. NBA already want to get their shit started. It's like, come on, dog. Just take it. Give us the break.
The NFL's a bigger market, though. You already know that. You know they're gonna they're still gonna have they 7 months of the year, whatever. Man, it's gonna be fine. The Super Bowl is literally the biggest.
I swear the NBA play all season. I swear to God, I'm like, God, they play all year. It's like, yeah, God damn.
Dog, baseball plays all year. Baseball all year.
NBA right behind them. NBA right behind them, dog. NBA starts their season in the middle of the NFL season. It's like, come on, dog.
Baseball is what seemed like February to November. But
real talk.
Nigga Corey. But real talk. Like, I think like the way like they have it set up and like the way they are going about it. I don't think at any point in time are they ever going to like try to compete with the NFL and like have a game on a Sunday night or on a Monday night. Like, I don't think the NFL is. I mean, the NBA
Thursday and Monday. No. Thursday and Mondays.
So I'll say they might try a Thursday night game. They might not.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all trying. They're trying me too hard. Come on now.
They probably have a Sunday afternoon joint though.
Yeah.
Like.
That'll be tough because you got the 1 o'clock games and the 4 o'clock games. But the only reason they might do a Thursday night game is because, like, on Thursday, like, you know what I'm saying, like, the NFL has their schedule, and although some of the Thursday night games are live, the game is live. And then at this point in time in the NBA season, it'll be the playoffs or it will be some type of, like, really good action. Whereas the Obamas will be like, all right, well, I might need to try to compete with the NFL for one night only. And I mean, not necessarily even try to compete. I mean, like they might not have an
The
option.
audacity of them.
But it goes back to what y'all was saying anyway. It goes back to that advertising, whatever contracts you have, whatever publications, all that other shit. So it's gonna have to go through that. Yeah. But I could still see some finals game because the finals be coming on like Sunday mid afternoons. You know what I mean, into the night. So I'll see. Like we'll see.
Because
y'all Gucci though. Y'all, if y'all niggas don't play no, well, most of us. I don't know about Phil or P Shack, but most of us play in the goddamn fantasy football and shit. I will be upset if it's some goddamn basketball going on this motherfucker. Get that shit out of here, dog. Get that shit out
You
of
a
here.
hater.
The only nigga that feel like that.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a hey. Hey.
I would be ready right now to watch
Fuck them niggas, hey. I don't care, dog. I don't care. I live for football. I live for football. What did Ray Lewis say? If there's no football going on in the fall and the winter time, dog, it's gonna be a crime. It's gonna be crimes out here, dog. We need football. We need football.
It's coming, man. They said they can open up OTAs. They just said that today. Coaches can start doing all that shit.
They said you gotta be at your own facility. Ain't no traffic.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah. Yep.
None of that Richmond training camp for the Redskins.
I wasn't going down that bitch anyway.
That's just
Hey, it was hot as fuck out there.
So
ozone layer.
So shit. Since you said, so since y'all said Richmond and going to the actual training camp, if in the event, and I know I highly doubt, and I'm pretty sure everybody on this panel doubts it as well, and on the event that like the NFL actually opened the games up to the public, would you go?
I'm going.
You would go to the game this season?
I'm going to Pittsburgh.
I go to a game. I definitely go to a game.
You a Cowboys fan. Y'all niggas is indoors.
I'm not wearing, do I gotta wear a mask?
Exactly. I'm outdoors. Do I need to wear a mask?
I need to be mask free.
I don't think they're gonna make you wear a mask because they definitely want your ass drinking that beer. So nigga, I don't think they're gonna make you wear a mask.
Be pounding out them fucking brewskis.
I'll go. I'm just not eating no damn finger foods.
Yeah.
I probably just drink beer the whole time.
I need something with a fork.
It is the way to go on that one, cause I ain't fucking with a
Yeah, I think it's too much. It's too much for me to
Everybody would go. Paul, Cap, you would go?
I'm going.
Nah,
I wouldn't go yet.
It's gotta be a hot game too, though. To kill all
I'm going. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't go to every game and nothing. I don't have no fucking season tickets.
You understand that by us having this podcast, we all have to go because we would be contradicting ourselves.
Okay.
Let's go.
When Pittsburgh come to Baltimore, I'm going.
Fuck the coronavirus, nigga.
Hey, tickets will probably be for the low too. Like
exactly, I'm going.
Yeah.
Everybody be
up front.
People
you
gonna
going out?
for an outlet. So just how people looking for outlet to march and shit, people gonna look at outlet to go out and go to the booth. You looking for outlet to go to a game.
So y'all. So before all right, no, I'm not going to a game. I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm not flying it down, but I'm not going to a game. But so
you going to games no way, nigga.
No, I'll be at games. I'll be at games.
Game you going to?
I've been at Dallas joints.
I've been at games.
He been to the Monday night?
Oh, shut your ass up.
I wouldn't know. I've seen the pic. It's documented. I'm with you, Al.
I would not go to. I'm not going to no sporting events, and it's just me. Me personally, I'm not going to any sporting events this year, 2020. So I wouldn't go to no Wizards games. I mean, I know they're not playing. I wouldn't go to no Nats games. I wouldn't go to no Caps games. I wouldn't go to no games like in 2020. Maybe 2021. I'll see how that shit turn out. But this year I wouldn't go. But my question is, so like, y'all think prices will be lower or higher this year? Be based
higher. The resale is gonna be higher.
Okay.
Yeah, that resale.
Yeah, I was just making sure because I thought somebody said if them shits was low. I was like, I think them shits gonna be way higher.
No, the price. I think. Can you imagine the prices to the Baltimore and Redskins game?
I looked it up. That shit.
That's gonna be
crazy already. I looked it up.
That's just ridiculous.
What's crazy?
Them nosebleeds is $150. They ain't never.
Oh, that is crazy.
$150.
Yeah,
Nosebleeds is $150.
Right.
They ain't never been $150.
That Baltimore is that? I mean, is it in Baltimore or is it in DC? I mean,
DC.
Landover, not DC. Sorry, Landover.
All right, so speaking of Landover, like it's been in the works for like a couple years. Do y'all, if there's a stadium move for the Washington Redskins, where would y'all want to see it move to?
Where the fuck y'all niggas moving to again now? What the fuck?
If there's a stadium move, where do y'all want to see it move to? Because the lease is up coming soon.
Y'all niggas always trying to move.
When you say when the lease up?
Y'all niggas always trying to move. God damn.
Corey, you out.
What are you moving to?
Whatever like alleviates all the traffic and shit. Whatever's the easiest way to, you know what I'm saying, get to and from the stadium. That's all.
Probably be like VA or something, right?
You want like Montgomery County? You want it PG? You want it DC?
Yeah, put that shit in MoCo. Put that shit in MoCo.
Any
Northern Virginia.
Anything that has a smooth transition in and out.
Nowhere.
I heard back in the day, RFK used to be crazy. Oh, what? Did I just say something right?
What?
You said a smooth in and out. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
Y'all want to move back? Oh man.
But what was it with RFK back in the day though? Like I heard, like was it just getting to and from?
They need to put that thing on.
That's all that matters to me.
Not the Capitals, but the Nationals. They need to put that shit over there by the National Stadium. They got a National Stadium over there. Yeah, the Audi joint. They need to put the fucking. If they gonna move it, they need to put that shit over there.
So to Marcus's point, like, have you ever actually went to a Nationals game? Like I'll just say Nationals playoff game, and I know National.
I haven't been to a baseball game ever.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So Nationals fit probably.
Unless I was.
Don't get me wrong. I think the National Stadium holds probably like 40 to 60,000. Right, Redskins Stadium, and if it's a new stadium, that shit's gonna have to hold at least 400,000. On a Nationals playoff game, trying to get out and in and out of DC and in and out of traffic, like I think that shit is probably gonna be the pits. I actually think like. And this just might be me. I think like staying where y'all are in like in PG, like I think that shit is like a good segue because it's right off the Beltway, but at the same time it's still close to Metro. And then like I mean, yes, I know, and I'm not trying to be like a hater or anything. Y'all might want to do some upgrades to y'all stadium, but I think like staying where y'all at in PG might.
The stadium is nice.
Yeah, why don't y'all just renovate?
But if they put that bitch back in DC, nigga, you gonna have to walk from Spingarn. You're walking fucking 4 or 5 miles. That's gonna be crazy. That shit, that's too congested. Way too congested.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with all the shit that the new add-ons, the new additions that they've added. It's too much now, dog. Put that bitch like 270, hitting 70 or some shit.
If they do some shit, they should knock down fucking RFK and just redo that.
That's what I was gonna say. What if they could just go to RFK and just rebuild?
RFK is owned by like the feds, I believe, and so they can't necessarily even get that contract to start their renovation process. And like, yeah. Know that might be like an ideal situation, but at the same time, they just put up some like brand new like soccer fields and every type like playgrounds and all types of other stuff around RFK, like on RFK's grounds. So even if they were to try, yeah, it's some nice soccer fields. And
what about the
I ain't been over there. I ain't drove by it.
What about the National Harbor?
It's too congested over there.
That might be a good spot.
That would be a dope ass spot.
Where?
It ain't DC,
but you said where? What?
Oh, I guess
right off of all the highways already too.
That's what I'm saying. It's right off all the highways.
There's nowhere to put it,
If
though.
they did that RFK, can you imagine the traffic? That traffic would be backed all the way up to the BW Parkway.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
just
how it was.
trying to get to the gate.
That's
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
good.
So, so I feel like if they did that shit at National Harbor, that'd make way more sense.
They need to do it.
That might not be
more accessible to the metro, so they got to move it back to DC or.
Yeah, that's true.
Damn,
Exactly.
Is there
renovate where y'all at, man? I'm saying renovate where y'all at.
The thing is about moving it back to RFK or that.
I'm with you, Phil.
It's federal property, and the politicians don't agree with the name, so they want.
I didn't know it was federal property.
Yeah,
I know. They got their little soccer team out there and shit.
Yeah, but also, Dan Snyder wants to open a stadium where they have access to sports betting, just like
he wants to put like a sports book in there.
That's what the Giants are trying to do right now. So we trying.
Oh yeah,
the niggas trying to make some money.
The Giants got one by the right by the
you whack though.
like right there.
You whack though.
Either have it in the stadium or like right next to the stadium. So
yeah,
it's going to happen.
He think about making money before he think about having a fucking winning team. It's like, come on, dog. What are you doing?
No, that's residual money right there.
He already got residual. It's only own Six Flags and all that shit out this motherfucker. Like, come on.
There's no limit to money.
So, it isn't. But damn, if you own a fucking team, I don't care if it's football, basketball, whatever, you want to win out this joint. Come on, dog. You need to worry about your squad. Definitely worry about your squad. Because the Redskins is going to get more publicity than a fucking.
Worry about your motherfucking team.
Hey. Oh, Pittsburgh is Gucci.
No, you're not Gucci. You was Gucci, but now you're not Gucci. You're not Gucci.
We're
shit.
We're Gucci.
Not Gucci.
We got a quarterback. We're Gucci.
That nigga hasn't played in 2 years. You're not Gucci. And he's a rapist.
2 years. 2 years.
2 years.
I mean, he was hurt like all last year.
Marcus, last year, that's 1 year.
But how
the year before that too?
Played 2 games, and he
how many years has he been a
rapist? Don't give me no 2 years shit.
How many years has he been a
played
rapist?
2 games. He got hurt in 1 game. Come on now.
Big Ben's about to be Dunsky, man. You know that.
Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that.
He's on his
Tom
way
Brady
out.
is out here, I don't want to hear that bullshit. Because Tom Brady is older.
He's not Tom Brady.
Ben Roethlisberger, he needs a cane. Have you ever just seen him walk?
Oh, you're hurting.
He look hurt.
Oh, you're hating.
He always look hurt.
You are hating. You are hating.
Dog,
You're hating.
Big man.
Hating.
He's just hurt.
Hating.
He's hurt.
All right, Philly.
He's still hurt.
Philly. All right,
He's still
Philly.
hurt.
Just know that Pittsburgh runs PA.
I'm gonna give Big Ben. He might play 4 games. Might play 4 games. Might.
Y'all
Put some bread on it. Put some bread on it. Put the guava.
Oh, you know I'm the first one. I put some bread on that shit.
Why Mason Rudolph ain't make no statement this time?
I will. I'll bet that. I'll bet
Mason
that.
Rudolph ain't make no statement during these times.
He's not playing 4 games.
All right.
I'll even bet. Hey, I'll bet you what how many you think Carson gonna play? Let's do that. I bet you Ben. You bet me Carson.
Shit, that nigga get hurt every season.
I know. How many you think he's gonna play?
How long this nigga
take that line.
How long this nigga been?
I'll take that line.
I'll take that line.
This nigga get hurt every year.
Hey,
he do.
Minus
He
1.5. Minus 1.5. What's y'all?
Hey, Carson play more games than Ben though. I know that.
All right,
You out your fucking mind. You out your fucking mind. Huh?
Minus 1.5.
Carson good for 8-9 games. I'm gonna say that. He good for it. At least half a season. At least half.
This nigga how y'all niggas won the Super Bowl and he wasn't even playing, dog?
Because he got us to there. He got us to the end of the playoffs. Don't do that, man. That's a heartbreaker. That's a heartbreak story. Don't blow
They gotta trade the nigga that won the Super Bowl. Fuck out of here.
Don't give me that. It was hard, man. I don't know. As long as we got that ring, I don't care. By any means necessary, give me that ring. And he did.
I bet Ben won't play 12 games this year.
Easy.
Smack.
I'll take that.
I'll take that bet.
He's not gonna play for it. He's not even gonna get in the double figures. He's not even gonna get in the double figures.
How much you
I'll
bet?
take that bet.
How many you betting?
A hundo.
Oh, that's a 100.
It's recorded.
Yes,
I'll take that bet.
Yeah.
I'll take that bet. You know I stand by Pittsburgh. You know I stand out. Hey, if you want to record it. I'm there.
All right.
Hundo.
12 games.
Nah, he ain't
Hold
playing
up. Phil,
12.
you in there too? You want that bet too, Phil?
I am on.
You
Yes.
a side bet? You a side
Yes.
bet, nigga?
That's
That's 2 hundo?
Hell,
right.
easy. Yes, he not playing 12. He not getting the 9.
Easy.
But
All
he
right.
not. I'm telling you, Max he's gonna play. He might play 6 games. He might play 6 games. Might.
He been home too.
6.
Yeah, I thought we talking about Eli Manning or this motherfucker. We
But
talking
he
about
wants to retire. He wants to retire. Big Ben wants to be out the game, man.
Oh,
What you talking about? He has a contract, dog. He has another year after this, dog. What you talking
He's
about?
not making it, man. They're avoiding that. They're gonna release him. They're releasing him after this season.
Shit.
All right. Shit, since y'all, so look, since y'all making predictions and stay with me. Since y'all everybody make one prediction for the NFL season. Like, I mean, it don't necessarily got to be like too in depth as far as like, you know what I'm saying, Big Ben playing 12 games or Carson playing 9 games. But it could be like motherfucking.
He's got more than 12 games.
God damn it, Coach, shut up.
We're going to the Super Bowl. I just want to put that in there.
It could be like who gonna win the MVP. It could be like
$1,000. Y'all want to go to the Super Bowl? 1,000.
Shit, I'll take that bet too. I'll take that bet, dog.
$1,000. Y'all want to go to the Super Bowl?
Look at him. Hey, he's all on the camera too.
He's scared.
$1,000. Y'all want to go to the Super Bowl?
He all in your face.
I'll go get it right now.
Hold on. Let me ask you this.
Get it right now.
Hey, both predictions for this season.
Stand right there.
Dude,
Bold predictions for this NFL season. Anybody got bold predictions for the NFL
Is
season?
it okay if I match that? Can I match that? Because I'll go get mine too right now. I'll go grab that right now. I'm not even playing with you.
Did you see a defense?
I'll go grab. I'll match that. I will match that bet, man.
All right.
Listen, both.
I'm balling out here.
No, not even balling. Just smart with my bread. Hold on, I'm about to go get mine. I want
get it. Go get it.
$1,000. Y'all want to make to the Super Bowl?
Go get it.
Is it a bet? Is it a bet, sir? Is it a bet?
He held the band up for you.
And little Corey ain't gonna remember this. He drunk.
Bet it.
Let me see that. Turn it over. What's that? Are those real?
$1,000. I want to go to the Super Bowl.
Let me get my marker. I gotta make sure it's real.
You betting, Corey? You betting?
You know I got a bet, dog.
Man, I can't wait till Vegas opens back up. This is about to be so crazy. I got mine. We already put it down?
He ain't betting. I know you.
I got it. Are we placing that bet? I got that thou wow. We placing that bet? Hold up. Yeah, we are there.
He ain't betting shit.
We are there. I know, Corey, what's up?
Count it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what that. Yeah, straight cash too for you, baby. That's straight cash. I don't even got
straight cash.
You can get this in hand. You ain't even got to wait.
Look. 1,
2.
Let me flip it over.
Big money.
Fuck y'all, man.
Exactly.
You wild.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, man.
I put a $100.
We can do that still. We can do that.
Oh, what is going on?
I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck happened.
When it's betting time, you gotta show up, dog. You can't talk. You gotta just show up. That's how we do it. You gotta show up. Yeah.
I got a hundo on both of y'all. I got a hundo on both of y'all.
I'm at the sports
on a Tuesday night. That shame.
Just cause.
Turning up on a Tuesday.
Yeah. I got 500 on a tennis match, man. I don't even know what's going on. What's up? Yeah. What's going on? What's up? Who up? Oh, 3 Love. Let me get in that. Out.
He said, "Do
Let's
love,
go.
all right."
Awesome
3
live.
Love, who up? Oh, yeah, man, please. I love the sports book.
Shit. Does anybody have any bold predictions for the season?
No,
Fuck yeah, Pittsburgh all day.
Oh my God.
Pittsburgh all day.
that ain't no bold prediction.
That's how we got here. That's exactly how we got here.
Get yourself.
Pittsburgh all day. Get hating on our defense, though. Get hating on our defense, and we're gonna have Ben Roethlisberger back. A Hall of Fame quarterback is coming back to his squad with young boys out here at wide receiver.
Okay,
We got Ebron. We got Ebron. We got McDonald.
What'd you say, Brian? What'd you say?
Oh, okay.
Is that that's your ass up?
Nigga, he's saucy right now.
Oh yeah, we out here.
My prediction is that the Cleveland Browns make it to the AFC Championship.
Out your fucking
Oh, you are bold.
goddamn mind.
AFC Championship?
AFC
You think they're not gonna get, man, are they gonna play Kansas City or something?
Hey, we should write this down and come back to him.
Yeah, I'll write down.
Out of here.
Write them down, come back to him just to see who was close.
I think if Nick Foles healthy, I think Chicago can do something.
Exactly. That's his old offensive coordinator, like all that shit, man. Like that's all ex-Philly people over there, so he could be straight.
If Nick Foles played 10 games, they can go to, I don't know, they can get a first round bye, I think.
But do they have the playmakers for him to be like super successful?
Allen Robinson.
I think so.
Allen Robinson has been putting up numbers with bum ass quarterbacks his whole career.
That's true though.
That's my only thing.
Hey, but who's starting over there? Who's starting quarterback over there though?
Nigga, we just did it.
Trubisky.
Nick Foles.
I thought him and Trubisky was after it wasn't his job though. They're gonna battle it out.
Trubisky.
Foles gonna get it. Nick Foles gonna get that. Yeah.
I think
Trubisky not like that at all.
Exactly.
We need to also have a like a flight room fantasy joint, just us too.
Yeah, this should be dope.
Yeah.
Should be dope.
Probably one person though. It gotta be 8.
Hey, we put money up though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You already know, man. We bet on ridiculous
Like at a
stuff.
certain
Of course
age,
we're
I
betting
mean,
on
you know
that.
what I'm saying?
Why at a certain age?
Yeah, at a certain age, it's like nigga, we got money to make, nigga.
Hey,
A hundo. At least a hundo.
This might be an unpopular opinion amongst my brethren, but I think the Cowboys can make some noise this year just because Dak has to play. Dak absolutely has to play.
I can see
with D.D. Lamb.
He's trying to get that money.
That's what I'm saying. So
I think they look all right.
I think they can do a little something.
They're not gonna go to the thing, but yeah, they gonna look.
Who they
all right.
got on defense though, other than Jalen Smith?
Exactly.
Lawrence and
Guys want me to go or?
the 2 linebackers and
No, I'm acting like you're not here.
You want me to go?
Robert Quinn still there? Is Robert Quinn still there?
Robert Quinn gone. Well, we just picked up Gerald McCoy and
Oh, true. All right, that's a good
I
pick.
ain't worried about him. We used to run through him all the time.
No, I know. I'm not saying he is Robert Quinn or anything. And so we just picked up Gerald McCoy. And then we also got we got Van Der Esch as well. And then we got Sean Lee. I mean, we got some
I like them.
nice little.
I can say Sean Lee.
But Sean Lee about to be on his last leg though. He like his last contract.
That's what I'm saying. He barely put.
But if you think about it, Sean Lee's our 3rd best linebacker. I mean, we're not asking Sean Lee to be the of whatever year that was. We're asking Sean Lee to be our 3rd best linebacker. It's Sean Lee, instinctive as Sean Lee, like and
This, like I said,
I'll give you that.
Alex is a reasonable ass Cowboys fan, and I would like.
Yeah, he is though.
I would like to think I'm a reasonable ass Redskin fan. I don't say anything out of the order. I would say Marcus is a reasonable Cowboys fan. I would say Brian's a reasonable Cowboys fan.
Redskins. You said Cowboys.
you just made these niggas Cowboys fans on tape. Yes.
I know those are telling niggas Cowboys fans.
I
He's
edited
saucy too.
but everybody in the show is reasonable ass fans, except this Pittsburgh ass nigga down here.
The muted one.
You're not reading.
Yeah, I got a quick one, but it's not nothing deep. I predict that Chase and Montez gonna have plus 10 sacks.
I like that.
That's actually a great bet too.
I like that.
I take the over on that.
Say that again. It's a bet.
Wait. So
Both of them
Chase,
who the Dolphins quarterback?
Tua.
Yeah, Tua.
Oh yeah.
But it's probably gonna be what's his name starting. What's his name? Harvard dude. Okay, Fitzpatrick. My bad.
So quarterbacks in that division. Who's the starting quarterbacks in that division? Tua?
Fitzpatrick's not over there no more though. I don't think.
Yeah, he in Miami.
He's still there.
Yeah.
I bet you
the
Dolphins have a better record than Pittsburgh this year.
You're out your fucking mind, nigga.
What's the bet?
They be playing, man.
So what do you think? What do you think that their record is gonna be?
Bet?
We went 8-8 without Ben Roethlisberger with some two shitty ass quarterbacks. What do you think we're gonna be?
What's the bet? What are y'all betting?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I'll bet you 100 on that one.
100 on what?
I bet you
Big money.
I bet you the Dolphins have a better record than Pittsburgh this year.
Okay, yeah, I'll take that bet. I'll take that. I'll take. Quit.
You gotta remember that.
I'll take that.
That division softening up. Miami division softening up because New England, Tom Brady ain't there no more.
The Bills
Buffalo probably
the Bills
best
bump.
over there.
The Bills bump.
Yeah, Buffalo, they're probably the best team. Yeah.
So to answer
Bills
to answer your question, in that division, the quarterbacks is you got Josh Allen. You, I guess you want to say we don't know for a fact, but I'm going to say Jared Statham. Damn, Sam Barkley.
Sam Darnold.
Yep. And then Tua.
Hey, that's not a real good crop of quarterbacks at all. Like,
they all just start.
Yeah, they all just started. So I mean, yeah.
Hold on, who's New England's quarterback?
Jared Stidham.
I still don't know. Who is it? Jerry who?
From Auburn.
Jared Stidham.
He gonna look so shitty. He has so many shoes to fill, dog.
I don't know.
Every quarterback that's played when Tom Brady got hurt all had success.
Real talk.
David Booty.
But
it was somebody
they
else
have
too.
been there though. But they have been there and learned the system. This nigga is new.
Matt Castle.
And then
Matt Castle.
Who?
Yep.
Matt Castle. Yep, that's another one. Yep.
He was there and was able to learn the system. That's what I'm saying. This nigga's a new nigga.
You gotta do it though.
Jared Stidham was like year behind Tom Brady.
Yeah, exactly. And Garoppolo just went to a freaking Super Bowl.
And you know he was behind, right? Yeah, he was behind Tom Brady for a year or two, at least a year or two.
A black dude played all right too. Jacoby Brissett or whatever. He played pretty good when he was there. So I mean,
where is he now?
Where is he now?
Behind Phillip Rivers.
Exactly.
He's in Indianapolis behind Phillip Rivers.
Oh yeah, he is in Indy. Yep.
I think they just brought Phillip Rivers over there, if I'm not mistaken.
Phillip Rivers didn't play that good last.
Nah, they didn't, and they're not going to do anything.
Well, who's starting? Who was starting?
Jacoby Brissett. Remember, because Andrew Luck retired before the year started. Yeah, so he said fuck everybody.
I just know that we strapped the Colts last year.
God damn it.
With no Roethlisberger out there, we strapped them.
That's one game.
The Colts ain't even like that. The Colts are trash. They're not good.
Okay.
The Colts not good.
Hey, they might be the worst team in the league next season.
Well, we picked up Eric Ebron. That's all I'm saying.
They keep saying Eric Ebron like he fucking somebody.
I know you were talking like
nobody. All right.
He ain't got no rings.
Somebody.
Right.
Eric Ebron.
All right.
He ain't got no records.
This boy,
a hundo. We going to the playoffs. Who want to take that? We going to the playoffs.
I might take that real talk. I don't see that. I don't see AFC is squatted up. It's squatted up, man. I don't know.
I just want y'all
if y'all do, it's gonna be the last spot. The last spot.
Come on, dog.
100 y'all.
We talking about Ben Roethlisberger, dog. Come on, dog.
100 y'all.
It's not even just him.
We talking about. We talking about a Hall of Famer. We're not even.
Juju still ain't showed me nothing.
Excuse me.
Juju still ain't showed me nothing.
We're talking about Ben Roethlisberger. We're not talking a potential Hall of Famer. He's definitely going to be a Hall of Famer. We're talking about a Hall of Famer.
Roethlisberger has to face Lamar Jackson twice a year.
Exactly. 100 y'all don't win y'all division. How about that?
You smack, dog. We strapped Lamar Jackson out here, and Ben wasn't even playing.
Y'all took an L. I think Lamar Jackson put up like 40 on y'all.
Juju Smith fucked up in overtime, dog. Juju Smith fucked up in overtime. We could have won that game.
Exactly. I still ain't seen nothing from
without
Juju.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Corey, what are you doing?
Man, y'all ain't like that, man. You're in a fantasy world.
Right.
I appreciate your dedication to your team. I do. But fucking logic here, man. That's not adding up right now.
Corey's
not adding up.
Right now.
You wouldn't bet any of this stuff you're talking about. You would not literally go to a sports book and bet the stuff you talk about.
I will.
You bet all that?
I will.
Okay.
I will. Every season I'd be like,
well,
Randall,
let me tell you.
Where are you betting?
Where are you
betting?
Let me tell you.
Don't do it.
Well, let me tell you this, young man. It's not a smart bet.
Don't do it. All right, young man.
It's not a smart bet.
Y'all hating on Pittsburgh. All right.
During football season, we need to give like our locks of the week and shit.
Yeah, we really do. I love that.
Pittsburgh every week.
Thursdays, this shit's going going to show them.
It's going to be lit.
Yeah.
Have the game going too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be straight.
We can do live jumps on Thursday.
Yeah, we definitely gotta meet up and do this shit because it just be even more better.
No,
I
don't know if we get anything done.
Lights out. No.
Come out, P. You gonna have to make that trip. Or we can make.
I will. I'll definitely do that. Set up for like a month, 2, something.
Damn.
Yo, I'm definitely hosting, dog. Because I think we play Redskins. We play all y'all. We play Redskins. We play Philly. I'm definitely hosting.
We play y'all.
We play every fucking body. We play every fucking body that's somebody. We play everybody.
I'm not going to watch no game at Corey house. This nigga gonna talk about this.
Nope.
Is the same.
I'm gonna be talking shit all day. I don't care if we're losing. I'm talking shit.
You better be a neutral spot with this man.
It's neutral over here, baby. It's neutral.
Your wife. Hey, is everybody in that house a Pittsburgh fan?
No.
You goddamn right.
Ain't nobody.
It's black and yellow over here, baby.
All right.
Black and yellow.
Shit, since we're not getting no bold predictions out of anybody, fuck.
I give you a bold prediction.
No, we don't want to hear your bold prediction. We don't want to hear your bold prediction. Your bold prediction is probably be Devin Bush has a bush, and then he fucking has a rat tail coming out the back, and he has
exactly.
Nah, man.
Let's hear your bold prediction.
Hey, I think Arizona gonna make some noise on the low.
Yeah, I think they're gonna ball. They got D Hop over there joining now,
and Larry Fitz. So
yeah, so you got to pick
the shortest hands. The shortest hands in the NFL.
No, I'm saying
both shortest hands in the NFL. You got to pick your boys. Got to pick your boys.
Oh yeah. D Hop be catching that shit.
Yeah.
No, he a baller.
I don't know. Seattle tough, and then San Francisco tough. Is that division's too?
Yeah, that NFC West is like I just said. They probably win like 6-7 games or something, just better than last year. What they win 4 this year or last year? 5.
Seattle, one of them sneaky ass teams too, man.
Always. That's the worst team to bet on. Seattle.
Yeah,
the worst team. Hands down. Yep. You never know what you're gonna get.
I love that. I miss that shit so much.
Yeah, that's why you see how aggressive it got in here. That's what I'm saying. We're not even in the same room.
I was bad. The damn assimilation shit. That's how you know how bad.
But you know who's gonna bump though in the NFL? It's gonna be Pittsburgh. It's gonna be Pittsburgh. That's all I want to say.
Mute him.
We gonna bump, dog. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I think Kansas City probably go back. Real talk. It'll be Kansas City or like be more again. If they show out like they did last year, it probably. I think those two will be up there.
Kansas City. I don't think Kansas City going back. I don't think Kansas
City taking a step back this year.
I said they just be up there.
Hold up. We got a minute.
Oh,
wow, special guest.
oh,
We got a special guest.
You talking football, young man?
Hey, that's like somebody. Hey, you look. Oh, look who it is.
What up? What up? What up?
Hey,
Y'all
you played off that damn workout.
What up, Mateo? Y'all hear me or not?
yeah.
Yeah, man. What you just got done with a set?
Hey, man, look, y'all actually called me in the middle. I'm watching this Netflix documentary. It's called The 13th.
Lord Jesus.
Damn, boy, you
Gotta let this man in here.
Right
Gotta
there,
let this man in here. Gotta let this light-skinned ass nigga in here.
Pause.
Oh,
man. How I get all y'all on one screen?
Swipe.
You know I'm behind you, fellas.
Go to the top.
Oh, no, I said you just gotta scroll over. That's it.
Yeah, you gotta swipe. You gotta swipe.
What up, baby?
Hey, Ty, we talking about bold NFL predictions. What's your bold NFL prediction for this upcoming season?
My bold, I already know what my bold NFL prediction is going to be.
Don't bring the timers in here, dog. Don't bring the timers in
not
here.
even ask the question, man.
You gotta put money on it.
I don't even think it's bold. Like for y'all,
You gotta put money on
it
it.
might be bold. For me, it's reality. You know what I'm saying?
Reality.
How bold you going?
Don't bring them goddamn titles in here, dog.
How bold you going?
For me, it's reality, and it's not even bold. I'm gonna say that we.
Oh shit.
Tread
I'm
carefully.
gonna be realistic as possible, not be biased.
Tread carefully.
Into our prisons and for.
We definitely making it back to the AFC Championship.
Oh, nah.
I just gotta decide whether we gonna take that next step or not.
Nah. So you going to the Super Bowl?
Patrick Mahomes is a problem. Patrick Mahomes a problem. So I don't know.
You don't think Lamar a problem?
I ain't worried about Lamar as you can tell from last year. We ain't worried about Lamar. I know Dan
He's going to want to overcome that, dog. He's going to make sure he wants to overcome that. That man is like determined. He got a different mindset, yo. He coming for y'all next year.
But we determined not to let him. We about to break that big trust. With the big trust, what they call it?
Mm-hmm. Big trust. Big trust. Did y'all play Baltimore last year?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did. Playoffs.
Oh, my bad.
They already knew. Everybody knew we was gonna lose. I was waiting for that. How you missed that, Randall? You missed the playoffs last year?
No, that was Corey.
That's Corey. That's my bad. I forgot. I can't stand neither one of y'all squads.
I want money off of that parlay.
I'm mad you ain't losing no money. If you would have lost some money, you would have remembered that one, Corey. I know you would have been against us.
You know it.
Yeah.
I remember the ones I win more.
I can't stand neither one of y'all niggas.
Man, look, it's our time, man. You had your time.
We still out here, dog. We still out here.
What's Ben going to do?
Oh, you want to know?
No, we already.
I want a bold. What's the topic? What's the topic, fellas?
We already went down that rabbit hole.
Pittsburgh
we already covered that.
That's the topic.
We already
don't go there, Matt. As a sensitive shut, we already covered that, man.
Okay. His bold position. His bold prediction is what?
Nah, niggas was flashing cash on camera, dog. We gotta switch the subject, man.
Mm-hmm.
Don't we got like $100 bet on something too already, Corey? Don't we got $100 out there somewhere?
Yeah, bet.
Oh, Corey bet everybody on it
every year, dog. It's always bet every year.
There is. I want to get in.
What was the bet? I forget. What was the bet?
I want to get in, and I will put it in the book.
What's the bet, Corey? I forget.
Hold on, I want to get in.
That pit is out here, dog. And we going.
That y'all going to the Super Bowl?
Going to the show.
How y'all not going to the AFC Championship? I bet that.
I'll double up on that too. I'll double up. Y'all won't even make it to the AFC Championship.
No,
I got to bet Ben Roethlisberger ain't going to play 6 games.
The only thing about betting you, Corey,
here you go.
Is you got a slow repayment time period, bro. I need my money like ASAP. I don't want to be 40 before I get my bread, yo.
I want my bread right now. Right now. Get out of here, dog.
They got the Bowie Play star in the background.
Yeah, y'all wonder where the stars went?
That's the 502 jump.
Yo, man, those scenes some nights.
They unfortunately got to come down this year, though. Unfortunately, I've been hearing too much about it.
What's wrong with them?
So I gotta decorate my place a little better than what I currently got. The ladies are complaining, so I gotta fix that.
Oh, this is what you do. Tell them to decorate it.
Exactly. Nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that either. Don't want to do that one.
I'm talking about with their own money.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Where money at?
Tell me how to decorate my shit.
No, they love to tell you what to do, but they don't want to pay for it. Right? You right?
Exactly.
Of course. Yeah.
You know, it is what it is.
We appreciate your joining us, dog.
Survived the test of time.
Those are actually outside fixtures. I've seen those on the outside of people's houses.
He said, "You gotta do something better. You gotta do better. You gotta do better."
Nah, they're still cool. They're indestructible.
Nah, it's time for them to go though. It's time for them to go. They're gonna go.
I done seen that shit in Laurel.
That's been my
It's time for it to go, dog.
These stars have seen some stuff, man. Some good parts.
I wish I could hear those stories. The stories.
I'm trying to figure out what to do with them. Like I feel like I can't just throw them away. They too like
sell them.
They hold too much value. Too much.
Man, some old lady would love to have those right now. Seriously, she go crazy for those.
Old lady though.
Yeah. Because it's like it has a vintage effect. They're gonna like it, I'm telling you.
I'm thinking about painting them for real, like getting them redone and painting them for real.
You have some free time, my nigga? You have some free time, my nigga? We've been waiting on your ass to join, dog.
Man, look, man. Look, I voted. My voice wasn't heard.
Here you go. Time for the shit.
Voted. That's all I can do. That's all we can do in this world today is vote, man.
Exactly.
God.
So you think?
Huh?
So you think?
Yeah, but I see Al got his beard, man. I'm proud of you, man.
Nigga, you got your beard. Where the fuck
you know what's crazy about Al getting a beard? Huh?
David Banner, light skinned ass David Banner. Where your shit come from, nigga?
That's what I was about to say. About to tell the story. Al got his beard from quarantine. Mm-hmm. I got my beard or my chin strap.
You been doing
from me and Phil acting like we playing having a competition.
This thing is so vain, bro.
So
we went to the Million Man. Hey, when we went to the Million Man March, this nigga Matt was like talking about like how he looked like it was. I saw this video like I just found this video after like 5 years, and I look at the video. We had the Million Matt like, nah, how I look at the camera, like how I look.
Yo, this nigga was acting up that whole day.
He was.
I had to roll, man. I had to roll.
He was wilding that whole day.
This nigga always
roll out, man. It's not what I thought it was gonna be. I'll be honest.
It doesn't matter. It's an experience, man. I don't even want to I remember that shit.
I got the experience. I got the experience, and I went home.
Exactly.
I was out there early, though.
We all were, man.
Out there early.
Oh, man.
What is that?
Well. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an eventful,
man, don't go nowhere.
Historic Flight Room podcast. This is, this
was a good episode.
Episode 8. I think 8 stands for a lot. The crazy 8. And
Kobe.
We got 8 people in here. Kobe number. I mean, I want to, keep encouraging.
Crazy 8.
I want to keep encouraging people to leave comments. I want to keep encouraging people to leave commentary. Follow us. That's all love.
All right.